Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good morning. Check my system's a little bit loud. I have to turn down all these things in the background. And these are very, very loud. I must have in trouble. Well, we are at day 5 at the World Athletics Championship. A lot of excitement, a lot of good events. I think it may have gone really, really well for the organizers. And we have quite a bit of events coming up today, which I'll add to this stage. Hopefully you guys can see this actually. If not, I'll change this setup and to change it already. Hope you can see this. So going on now are the men's triple jump and the men's javelin throw. And then we have coming up 6:25 women's pole vault. We're gonna have at 6:30 the women's 200, 7:15, and these are all Eastern Standard Time. Men's 200, then you have the javelin, men's long jump, women's 400-meter hurdles, and the men's. Then the women's 3,000-meter steeplechase, and close out with what should be a very exciting event, the men's 1,500 meters. So really exciting morning. Was it 3 hours of nonstop? I'll probably say pauses and track and field, and it should be good. I think Jamaica has had, as compared to the Olympics, a very, very, very good World Championship so far. If you think about it, this event, this time around, first and second in the men's 100, second in the women's 100, second and third in the men's 110 meters hurdles. Has to be one of the better world championships so far. And I think the 110 meter hurdles yesterday, and I wasn't able to come yesterday because I was really, really busy. It's one of those events where it was unexpected. No parchment, no Broadwell. It was unexpected, actually. A pleasant surprise. And the historical perennial favorite ran out early, so made the field wide open in Holloway. But today should be a good day, actually. Looking forward to some of these events. And thanks for joining. Let me see if I have a different. Tell me which one you prefer. This is a smaller version here I put up. We have a little bit more prominent. Hopefully you can see that really well, actually. Maybe a little bit smaller. But I'm looking forward to some of the heats in the women's 200. The 1, 2, 4, 8, 15 are my favorite events. But it's morning. It's good. Well, it should be good morning for everybody. But always interesting when you have these events in Asia. So now people can understand what Asia goes through in a lot of instances where Asia is the one that's behind and have to either get up early or stay up late for these events. Actually, very interesting. But again, thanks for being here. Hopefully, we can have a good morning athletics. I think some people are still buzzing from Seville winning the 100 meters and buzzing yesterday from the Bennett Mason second and third in the hurdles. The way Mason looked in the semis, I thought he had a chance to win actually. He's running really well. I think he's probably the biggest surprise. Bennett is probably more well known. But it's good. It's good. Looking forward to today's events. And if you just come in the chat, you can hit the like button. It's not gonna hurt you. No, we keep going over this over and over and over. But you come in here, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It'd be appreciated by the host. This is you rewarding me for getting up early and being out here with you and having fun. And if you want to put comments in the chat, don't be reluctant to do so. Drop them in. I'll definitely respond. I'm gonna drop how you normally do these things. I drop all three of the connection. Well, I think it's probably says two. So if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe to the channel. And I also have a website which I've neglected a little bit this week. So you can also subscribe to my website. I do try to write articles which are interesting. So you can go there and tell me, give me a feedback on it. It would be appreciated. Let me use a different view. This one is kind of small. This one is bigger. But should be good events this morning. This has been a good World Championship. The Japanese always do a really good job. Really, really good job of putting on these events. And I think today this World Championship is no different. Really good job putting these events on. And very professional, very well run. And I'm sure the athletes and the IAAF organizers and World Athletics and all of them appreciate, probably love going to Tokyo, even though if you're coming from the east, from like New York or Jamaica, it's 12 plus hours flight. Long flight. Long flight. I'm seeing some people warming up for the 200. Nita, Melissa Jefferson, I see Jamaicans, so they're someplace. Hopefully Sharika can redeem herself. She came fourth in the 100 meters for women. But she hasn't really ran like the old Sharika for a while, so not sure she will recover her form or the form she had a while when she was really doing well. But hopefully she recovered at some point. Sometimes injuries really derails one's career. I think that's been the case in her situation. We're now seeing the different channels showing different things. And Peacock is in the men's triple jump. The men's triple jump is going on now. At 6:30, we should be having, which is about now, the heats for the women's 200. So that should be coming up live in no time. Vibins, good morning. How you doing? Vibin, you're in the States or in Jamaica? Jamaica's an hour behind, so that's even earlier. Couple people, it's 54 people in the chat. Well, it was 54. It's not 41. Only 12 likes. Well, mine's up the likes thing. You guys got to do a better job of hitting the like button when you come in the chat. Make the host feel good. It always feels good. So we have the 100 meters. The first, put this up. The first heat. We have Madogo in lane 2, Talou, never produced at these championships, in lane 3, Emandolidu from Greece, must be a Greece, in lane 4, Takaksu did well in the 100 in lane 5, Gabriel Matthews of Jamaica in lane 6, Fatuma Conde in lane 7, Via Battle, USA, and Veronica Shanti Pereira in lane 9. This is the heats for the women's 200, which is about to begin. Oh, you're in the States. Okay. So it's early, but it's not an hour more. Like in Jamaica, it's what 5:30 now. So most people have to get up after 4. The races are in the 5. To watch these races, it's early. It's early time. Even though what's interesting, no matter what time you put stuff up, like I drop a couple shorts, 3 o'clock in the morning, and people watch them. I'm like, where are they in the world? And some of those people are in Jamaica too. So people are up a lot of times throughout the night. On the marks for the first on the track event today. They're off. Pretty even so far. 2 runners out in front. They're back. Talou is having fun. Wow. Talou is way out in front. Her and Battling. I think Battling is first. Talou second. Matthews is running way down the track, second to last. So Talou won easily. Well, not Talou, sorry, Battle. Seems like she's won. And Talou second. Let's see what the official results are. That was a pretty easy heat for the first 2. Yeah, it's Battle won 22:07. Not a bad time. Talou 22:39. Season's best for Battle and season's best for Polaniki, Emandulidu. I'm sure I'm butchering her name. Matthews came 7, 23:40. That's way below her best time. Her best time is 22:59. I'm not sure what happened. Why did the site keep crashing? So they came off the turn and Battle was a little bit in front of Talou and Battle. Pretty similar in terms of when they came off the turn. But pretty easy race for the front 2. I don't know about that one. I don't think so, Karen. No, that's not happening. We're not winning this race. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is as good in the 200 as she's in the 100. She ain't losing this race. And given that there is no former world champ, the silver medal from the Olympics is not here. Alfred is not here. I don't think so. I don't think she's gonna lose this. The interesting thing about because I'm sure you're saying that in the context of Sharika winning. She hasn't shown anything that she's where she used to be. The men's 200 is an interesting one, actually, and we'll get to that later in the program. Look, everybody expects Lars to win. He showed at the US Championship when he beat Bednaret, who was running brilliantly, that he's very difficult to beat. You got to think about this now. Lars never gets the best start. When he builds up momentum, at a certain level, he's one of the few people who can really maintain that speed. But I expect our boy, if he doesn't do what he did in the Jamaica trials, Lavelle, to also be there. I mean, good morning, Juras. The thing about Lavelle is he has 100 meter speed and 400 meter stamina, which is a deadly combination. So there's very few runners who have that, right? The Bows of the world. Lal has that. I think Lal probably is less 100 meters and more 200. When you have a runner who has 100 meter speed, 400 meter stamina, it's tough. And Lavelle does get out really well, does run the curve well, which I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't want to go to help Jamaica with the relay. If Jamaica had him on the relay, they could be threatening Bolts for a record between Thompson, Seville, him, and Blake. Blake running the first leg, Seville running the second leg, Lavelle the third leg, and Thompson. That really a team, if they pass the baton around, should win easily. Obviously, baton changes are important, but I understand that Lavelle doesn't want to get involved in a baton change practice, so he may not be there. But Lavelle has come on leaps and bounds in the last year and should do well. But for the women, I don't see anybody beating Melissa. That's not no time soon. No time soon. Let me go back to the women's 200 and heat 2. So I kind of switched the order here a little bit. So heat 2, we have, well, when they get on the track, not seven names. Melissa Jefferson's in heat 2. She's going to jog this race, people. We have 20 likes and 73 people watching. I hope those numbers they can get flipped, but I hope those numbers improve at some point during this program. Because I would love other people to watch it. So if you hit the like button, other people come and watch it, or they watch it. It'll be appreciated. And then on Balance View, I think there's about 13 people there also. If you're in the Balance View channel, I'm trying to get that channel up to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view now, people. So please hit the like button on that. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. So for the 200, we have Olivia Potapulo, Cyprus is lane 2. Jessica Bianca, Wesley, Germany, lane 3. Maria Carmona, lane 4. Jessica, Ivory Coast in lane 5. I mean, mispronouncing that name. Thelma Davis, Liberia, lane 6. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, needs no introduction, lane 7. Mia Gross, Australia, lane 8. And Helene Parisat, France, lane 9. Women's 200 meters, heat number 2. And by the way, they have 4 events going on now. There's a men's triple jump qualifiers, men's javelin qualifier, women's pole vault final going on, and then women's. We don't have anybody in the pole vault. Women's 200 meters, heat number 2 of 6. And would expect Jefferson to just run away. The race is for second in this race. And they're off. And Jefferson's the race is already over. As you get off the turn, she's leading out by about 2 meters. Ivory Coast. There's a lot of different runners who are competing here. Jefferson wins easy. Second is hard to discern. And third doesn't really matter. She won in 22-24. Davis is second from Liberia. Why are they showing the U.S. flag for Liberia? Davis is second, 76, and then goodbye is 2281. Or is that the same flag that Liberia has? I don't know what Liberia flag looks like. Parisat is third. So it's the first 3 of each heat goes through, and 6 fastest qualifiers. So you want to finish in the first 3. So Davis, Jefferson-Wooden, and goodbye all are through. And then people like Parisat and for the Poodle will have to wait and see where they end up. Can you believe that Matthews was in the 6th after the first heat, but obviously she's now out. She's not gonna make the second round. She ran really badly, 23:40, and her best is 22:59. That's not good. You want to at least come close to your best, like how there's been a lot of personal bests in these championships, actually. Seville's 9:77 was a personal best. Can't pick a better time to run the personal best than when you're at high level competition. Best time to run the personal best. Jefferson wasn't even breathing hard, people. I think there's a 21.6, 21.5 in those legs. I think Sherita will push her to get there. On the track is, well, on the field events, it's a javelin. So Jamaica will be having a really good medal haul, actually, for these games versus what was that Olympics. It's a really good output. I mean, a lot of people were very perturbed, disturbed, upset, concerned after the Olympics. But it only takes another year for you to feel good about yourself. Only takes another year. And this is the new year, new events, different outcome. I see Lars warming up. They're showing Lars. This is his pet event. All right, so you'd expect him to do well in this event. This is his pet event. And some people have events that they're just extremely confident in, and he's extremely confident in this event. So one should be surprised. But you have him, you have Tobago. I forgot Tobago actually, who got disqualified from the men's Olympic finals. I'm seeing Peacock is showing Lavelle and Tobago. So they're showing all the favorites in the background. Lavelle is eating food actually. You eat food or whatever you're eating, and he's having fun because that he's won't be a challenge. He's dancing, having fun, and eating before he goes and run. Everybody got the routine, I guess. I find it interesting. I wouldn't think you'd be eating food before you go run a race. I think you may want to eat right afterwards. But there's probably little or no pressure if it's the first year that qualified, so you can do anything you want to do. I think Jamaica have some more events to get medals in. They may get medal in the women's 4x1. You always say maybe in any other event. 4x1 women, 4x1 men, 4x4 women possible. I don't think so for the men. The long jumper. Is it long jump? Maybe. And I see all the defectors after what's it out a year. So we didn't see the defectors. That'll be interesting next time when they have this event and the defectors are jumping. What does that look like? They're jumping against Jamaicans. That's an interesting one. Come, people, if you come in, please hit the like button as you enter the stream. Or if you're here and you haven't hit it yet, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe also. This is Heat 3. I don't know why it's not showing up. Yep. Heat 3 of 6 for the women's 200 meters. In lane 1, Beyonce de Freitas. Lane 2, Ashanti Moore, Jamaica. Lane 3, Leranye Alonso, Dominican Republic. Lane 4, Sophia Jump, Germany. Lane 5, Krista Edwards, Australia. Lane 6, Mackenzie Long. It's a familiar name from the US. Then we have lane 7, Alini Charlotte Delgadillo Silva, is that Bolivia? And then Julia Hendrickson from Sweden in lane 9. The women's 200 meters, Heat 3. The first 3 finishers qualify for the next round, along with the 6 fastest finishers across the entirety of all the 6 heats. I expect Ashanti Moore to qualify from this. If you look at the best time, she has the best at the time. She has the best times, a personal best, which is this season, by the way, of all the runners in this heat. So, I'm sorry, Mackenzie Long has the best time, 21.83. Ashanti second, 22.31. So you'd expect her for the minimum finish second. But let's see if the time plays out in terms of the finishing. They're on their marks. And they're off. Ashanti Moore had a bad lane draw in lane 3. Mackenzie Long is now in front, and as we'd expect, Ashanti Moore is there with her. So it's Long and Moore. Long is, well, it's going to be Moore and Long, Moore and Long, Moore and Long, Moore and Long. I think Long will take it, and Moore is second. Pretty close, 21:51 to 22:57. Ashanti had a brilliant start, 0.139 reaction time. That's brilliant, actually. If you think about like a Seville was what, 0.179 in his race? Something around there. That's a brilliant reaction time. So Ashanti Moore through to the next round, along with Mackenzie Long and Sophia Jung from Germany. Those 3 would automatically qualify. The rest, like Julia Henderson, will have to wait and see how it plays out in terms of time and how that married are aligned with the remaining 6 others with the qualification. So that was heat 3. Yeah, when they get out of the turn, it was Long and Ashanti. It's a pretty good run. And let's cruise down the stretch. Ashanti is built like a brick house, boy. She's just a very powerful woman. Very powerful. I'm sure we can learn from what's her name? Well, from our own personal experience and from Paulino. If you're gonna ease up the tape, make sure you're way out in front before you ease up. It can be costly. So we have heat 4 coming up for the women's 200 meters. These are the heats. Top 30 goes through and 6.5 6.5. Yeah, showing athletes on the bus. I guess they're going to long jump or whatever it is. I mean, I wonder what it feels like for you to be at these championships. You're Mr. Jefferson, and you're just supremely confident that you can't lose, basically. Or you're running so well, it's those races are for you to lose versus, you go to the championship and you're unsure, like a Seville probably was actually, even though he was running well going to the championship. Must be a really great feeling to be very confident, given what your performances have been like. But I think yesterday is probably the more exciting day versus today. Yesterday you had the 100-meter hurdles and also the women's flat 400, which were really, really good races, actually. Today, I think the more interesting races are the 3,000 meter steeplechase and the 1,500 meters final. You also have the 400-meter hurdles, but you don't have the finals today. But it's been a good World Championship so far, and long may it continues. Long may it continues to be good. And the one country I always give a hard time about these championships is Trinidad and Tobago, because I don't know what happened to Trinidad. I mean, Trinidad used to be very, very competitive on the world stage at these championships and at the Olympics. May not win a lot of events, but at least they're competitive. I don't see them being competitive as they used to be. So I'm not sure what's happening here from a sports perspective. But hopefully they get together and their association will get them back on track. So we're in heat 4 of 6 for the women's 200 meters. This is heat number 4. Lane 2, Dalia Kadari, Italy. Lane 3, Brittany Brown, USA. Lane 4, Anthony Strahan, Bahamas. Lane 5, Daranita from Great Britain. Ran well in the 100, by the way. Yutin Lee, China. Nora Lindahl, Sweden. Leah Bertrand, Trinidad and Tobago. Speak of the, you know what happened. And Leonie Pointet, Switzerland. Those are the runners for the women's 200 meters heat number 3. I would expect, so the only person on the 22 in this race is Brittany Brown, actually. As if I ran on the 22, her season best is 22:13, which is still better than all the field. Actually better than the rest of the field. And by the way, if you see on the screen, when it flips, the placing of this, because the feed that we're getting is quicker on the website than we're seeing on the screen. So you will see a flip there in terms of where the runners are, and the commentary will be behind this just because of the time. So they're already off, actually. So they're off. Good start. And as we'd expect, Brittany Brown is already in the lead. Anthony Strahan is in second, and Daranita is in third. Brown is out in front. So Brown, Strahan, Nita, all 3 are through to the next round. Brown won in 22:50, way below her season best. Strahan from Bahamas second in 22:57, and Daranita from the Great Britain third in 22:59. And Brown had a really bad reaction time. 0.65 is awful. What did Seville have in this race in this heat? You had 0.286. That's really awful reaction time. And she still came back and won pretty comfortably. You gotta get up. You gotta get up when the gun goes. You have to get up. Can't be procrastinating in the blocks. Easier to recover from a 200 than a 100. You get left in the blocks in 200, that's difficult. Difficult to recover. So that was heat 4. And looking at the replay, they came off the turn. Actually, Nita was in front of the turn, Nita was in front, and they came right off. It was Brown came up on her, and then Strahan made a really good run to get in the mix. Overtake Nita, come second. So Brown, Strahan, Nita for round 3, and we'll see if any of these will finish 4th and below. It'll be one of the fastest 6 qualifiers. Now we're going to go to heat 5, where we coming up. And unbelievably, Sharika got to lane. What does she have? Lane 9? Oh my, that's awful. So you can see from the screen, Brown qualified, Strahan qualified, Nita qualified, and then the rest have to figure out whether the time fits into the top 6 so they can figure out to go through the next round. So heat 5 coming up. Come on, people. 154 watching and 35 likes. Why? I'm stingy with the likes. As I say in Jamaican, I'm stingy Nah, give it a like some towel, holding it close to your vest. It's like precious metals like gold. I know not your mobile device, but come on, people, let's go in and hit the like button. Go in and hit the like button, people. It ain't gonna kill you. As they say, not gonna kill you. The like button is that button right under the logo. I don't have one like on balance view, zero. Come on, people, do better than that. Give me one like on balance view. Hang on, it's right under the logo. That's where that little thumbs up is. You can go press it. So if you come out of, if you go in half view, not full view, you come out of full view, click that next to the right, and you look under the logo, whether it's balance view or Cranky Live, you can hit the thumbs up button, and I appreciate it. But anyway, it's early. Thanks for coming to join me. I appreciate you being here. We're in day 5 of the Tokyo World Athletics Track and Field Championships. It's been a stellar meet so far. We have one more record I can recall. Same person every single time. You know how much money he's made from breaking the pole vault record? Like, I think he does it by inches, like inches. I bet he can go even further. Every meet he goes a little bit further. That's 100K. Like, it's a Diamond League or the Major Championship. So he must have made. I mean, he probably made about, how much have you broken already? Like 6, 7 times. That's 100K every single time. Wouldn't you feel great if you had that ability? You know something, so you can break a record by a foot, but you break it by an inch every single time, and every time you break it, you get $100,000. Wow. That's like that. I was like, you know what? I want a new car. Let me just break the record today, this event, to get it. Okay, let's go to women's 200 heat number 5. Top 3 and 6 fastest finishers are next to the next round. Gabriela Suarez, Ecuador, lane 2. Anne-Marie, what is it? Kivikas, was it Estonia, lane 3. Abigail Fuka, Idu, Japan, give that name, lane 4. Amy Hunt, Great Britain, that was easier, lane 5. Emke Verbia, Belgium, lane 6. Lorene Dorcas Basolo, Portugal, lane 7. Andrea Ludo, Canada, lane 8. And Jamaican Sharika Jackson, lane 9. Heat 5 of 6 women's 200 meters. Sharika has the best time in the field of 21:41, followed by Amy Hunt, who's 22:14. So even though she's at a bad lane draw, and even though she's not running at her best, at what her peak was anyway, she should easily qualify for this heat. She want to get a good lane, so probably should just win the race and get a good lane in the next round. Samus. And they're off. Sure. Let me not say that. Let me wait until you guys are up. Now his feed is slow. And they're off. And Sharika is already leading. I expect Sharika and Amy Hunt to just take this easily. Sharika is leading off the turn. You know she's in lane 9. She's ahead. She's pretty comfortable. Amy Hunt is there. It's not clear, actually, but she's comfortable out in front. Jog down 22:34, 22:33 roundup. The Sharika, Amy Hunt, 22:57, and MK Verbia, Belgium, 22:74. Sharika's reaction time wasn't great. Only person who's not in the 0.1 plus, she's at 0.209, but it didn't matter. She got to do better in the semifinals in her reaction time. But she should make the final, I know. 22, 23, cruising, not stretching herself. She's through to the next round. So let me still say, no, I'm wide awake, man. What's up, man? I sound like I'm sleeping. I am wide awake. Look, I'm a morning person. Okay, I'm a military person. I'm morning. I don't struggle to get up. I may struggle to stay up. I don't struggle to get up. What time I have to get up to go do something, I never feel like, some people, they're in bed and they put the clock and they push out the clock. That's not me. Let me see the replay. Sharika got up, not great to start. She's got to do better. You can't get up by the start. But she came out the turn first. Amy Hunt was right there. Sharika wasn't overstraining herself, just striding really well, just maintaining form. No, but back to Marge then. No, Marge then, I'm good. If I sound like I have woken up, it's just my voice, which probably needs to get to a good place. But no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't struggle to get up. Never have, actually. You used to be in the military. You get up 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning. As I say in the military, we do, well, they do, I don't know more. They do more before 10 a.m. They do more before 10 a.m. than most people do all day, and that's true. So that's to train you to get your body acclimated to being up early and be productive early, not just getting up early, be productive early. So no, I don't struggle with it. But if I sound like I'm sleeping, then it's my voice, because Sharika, they're showing Sharika, she's smiling. So 2 Jamaicans are through to the next round. And heat 6 and last heat is coming up. Ashanti Moore is through and Sharika Jackson's through. Mackenzie didn't make it. I wonder why the Clayton twins do not run 2 anymore. But they ran 2 for a while. I mean, Tina was World Junior Champs in the 200. So I wonder why they've given up on the 2. Is it that it's too taxing on their bodies? Is it that finally decide that, what, we're not going to overstretch them? I'll be curious. Nobody seems to have asked that question. I'll be curious as to why they don't run 2. Because they're a good 200-meter runners. They have the stamina. They have the speed. Maybe even a better event for them, actually. I'll be curious as to why they don't run the 200 meters. By the way, everyone, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, or channels, I should say, please do so. It would be appreciated. I'm going to drop these in the link. So you can't give me any excuse as to why you haven't done so. So I've dropped like 3 things in the link. These are only 2 showing up. I've dropped the 2 channels plus my website. Sign up on my website. When you get off, because no more to your mobile device. When you get off, just go to the website and sign up. And then if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the 2 channels. It'd be appreciated. And hit the like button, people. It's not gonna bite. Hit the like button. It's early, 7:03 in the morning, and we're here. That's when you may have to go to work. I decided to take off today from work, actually. And I did take off yesterday from work and the day before that. So I don't have to go to work today. But this is work, actually, because this does take time and effort to prepare. In fact, I was telling someone, oh, Mr. Goat is warming up. He's running the 200. I want to see what he looks like. The young teenager phenom from Australia. Many of you may have to go to work. And if you do have to go to work, I hope you have a great day at work. Sometimes it's very discouraging when you're an event that you really want to view and see and attend, like now, and then you have to go to work. But you have your mobile devices. You can take the event with you. That's a great thing about today's world. Unlike the old archaic analog world, today's world, you can take anything with you. You don't have to be in a fixed location. Heat 6 of 6. Heat number 6 of 6. It's coming up. In lane 2 is Kone, Ivory Coast. Lane 3 is Fontana, Italy. Lane 4, Sanchez, Mexico. Lane 5, best two, Spain. Lane 6, Van Hondes, Tijen, Netherlands. Lane 7, very good 200 meters runners. I've been doing it for years. Dina Asher Smith. Lane 8, Tori Lewis, Australia. Lane 9, Yuji Chen from China. And Asher Smith has the best lifetime time in this event of these all runners, 21:88. Our season best is 22:14. Just above. Best two is 22:19. So Asher Smith should qualify because the top 3 qualify. So she'd have to straighten herself, except you want to get a good lane in the next round. So if you have the like button, people, as I said before, go out of get out of the full screen mode. Hit the like button, you go back to full screen. Watch the program. So I expect the Asher Smith to take this really easy and Tori Lewis to be second, or best two to be second. One of the two. So Asher Smith is cruising. They're off the turn. She's out in front. She's going to win real easily. Asher Smith, you can see Tori Lewis coming up on her. Not really. And then the 3 top runners and best 2 from Spain. Those are the 3. The ones with the best times this year are the ones who qualify the next round. Tori Lewis had a great reaction time of 0.146. You can view the live stream on a number of different channels. If you're in the US, it's on Peacock. If you're in Jamaica, it's supposed to be TVJ. And if you're in the UK, it's on what? Is it BBC 2? Yeah, those are, depending on where you're located in the world. I don't know where it is in Canada, by the way. And TVJ is supposed to get in Jamaica, but I don't think it may not be. I'm not sure it's on in the morning. In fact, it's not on in the morning. I don't know where TVJ, what they're singing. Now on the TVJ, the sport TVJ Sports or TVJ Sports Jamaica carries it, but I don't see it. So I don't know where it is. Trying to find all the locations for the track and field. Yeah, bless up Lucan. So we have completed all the heats for the women's 200. You can see all the qualifiers. And there's a bunch of them. 24, because it's 8 per lane. So 24 qualifiers. It was a top 3 in each heat, plus the 6 fastest qualifiers. Best time across all the heats was Battle. She probably ran too fast. 22:07. Jefferson, not stretch, Sharika Jackson. So those are the top 3, which is interesting. And they may finish accordingly. I expect Dina Asher Smith to be there at the end. I don't expect Talou to be there. She's never there. I mean, people give Asaf Powell a very hard time about not producing in championships, and you can't deny that. But Talou and Simbini, to me, are no different. If you're from Coast of South Africa, you must be like, man, they run well during the year and you come to major championship. Even Talou in the 100, she was going well. She ran well. She won the first heat, but she beat Shelley, and then come to the finals. She runs times which are not even close to her personal best. So interesting. As some people come to championship, not sure what it is, but they can't see produce their best. But you can see all the qualifiers here. And it's a lot of them. I'll go through them slowly. So Jamaica has 2 qualifiers. All US 4 qualifiers are there. US has 4 qualifiers. Jamaica has 2. I think Great Britain may have 2 or 3 also. Nita should have qualified along with Asher Smith. Ivory Coast has 2. So a number of countries have multiple qualifiers. Canada, I think, has Leduc, Dogo. Did I have somebody else? I'm trying to see here. No, Canada has one. I think it was one. Thought they had two, but they only have one. But anyway, that was the woman. We'll now move forward to the men's 200. Men's 200 are going to come up now. I don't know where is it. I don't know what it means it's been shown in Jamaica. That's interesting. I know that TVJ Sports was carrying at one point. But I don't know where it's showing now, actually. If you just join us, we have completed the heats for the women's 200. There were 24 qualifiers. All the U.S. women have qualified, and 2 of 3 Jamaican women, Ashanti Moore and Shirley Jackson, have qualified for the next round, for the semis, I should say. Yeah, what I find interesting about, say, track and field or these events, I mean, obviously everybody wants to win. But if you are in the semis, if you're in the finals, which is only 8 runners, that means at that point in time, you're in the top 8 runners in the world, which in any other discipline is a great thing to be. And yet, you ain't getting recognition if you finish 7th or 8th in this event, in these events. It's amazing. I would think if you're one of the top 8 doctors in the world, mathematician, entrepreneur, whatever it is, you are well recognized. But in athletics, in the top 3, and even when you're in the top 3, like Kisha and Thompson still get criticized for being choking or whatever people want to call it, which I find interesting. We sometimes don't really appreciate people for their accomplishments because they're not in what needs to be the winner's circle. But if you're the top 18 in most disciplines across the world, you're lauded and applauded and recognized really well. But hey, life sometimes is not fair. Bless up Roderick Peterkin. Thanks for being here. And people, as you come to the chat, please hit the like button. I have 179 people watching and 64 likes. Those are shameful numbers in the people. Those are not good numbers. But hey, I can appreciate you. Thanks. You're here and it's early, so I appreciate you being here. If you get out of full screen mode, then almost like you're on your mobile device, you can hit the like button right under that logo where you have this thumbnail up. You can hit the like button and then you can go back. You can go back to full screen. Because most people watch these things on their mobile nowadays. And not on their computer. Or more watch on the TV than they do on their computer, actually. Not a lot of people are on their computer watching these events. Are watching watching me on the live stream. They're mainly on their mobile device or on their TV. But it's another morning of packed events. Well, I think I called into a program yesterday. What's it on? KLAS in Jamaica, where I can't remember the name of the host for this program now, but they were talking about whether he choked or not. And a lot of discussion on track and field. Does Kishan choke? What does it mean? And Peter put a lot of. He's only ran 2 major championships. He's come second twice. I mean, that ain't too bad. How many people have ran their first 2 major championships under 25 years old, got 2 silver, and is still being viewed negatively? We need to stop that. Sorry. I understand we expect him to win, given how powerful and quick he is, but he's still young. Now, it may never happen, but he's still young. He's still learning his craft. They have sort of withheld him from running some of the more difficult races on the circuit. So I'm sure it's getting to put in those positions more and more. It'll be better. So heat 1 of the men's 200 meters. Law from Australia is in 1. Van Niekerk from South Africa is in lane 2. Ogandu, Dominican Republic, lane 3. Gregory, USA, lane 4. Izuka, Japan, lane 5. Harris, Great Britain, lane 6. Larson, Sweden, lane 7. Momentaler from Switzerland, lane 8. As you can see from those times, 2 have been under 20. Gregory from US, 3. Ogandu from Dominican Republic, and Van Niekerk, who you remember, did he set the world record in the 400 meters? Or was it the 200 running from lane? It's got to be the 400. Both is 200. Running from lane like 8 or whatever it is, something ridiculous. Then he just disappeared. Remind me of Jacobs. Bless up, Dr. Dan. Good morning. Dr. Dan, you at work or you getting ready to go to work? No, you got long hours. But I thank you for being here. You could be any place else. Why somebody come here and just decide to go put a bunch of stuff? What's that about? They're off. Gando's in front, Van Niekerk is second. It's the they're just both jogging. The top runners, so Ogando first, Niekerk second, Momentaler, Switzerland third. 20.1 for Oganda and Van Niekerk 20.19. The top 3 in each heat and 6 fastest times go to the next round. Well, I was telling the people on the program yesterday when I called the program that why is somebody coming in and just throwing a bunch of crap on here? Oh, they're saying it's on ESPN, UTV.com. I wouldn't click on it if I were you, though. I'm not clicking on anything I don't know. In the US, the event is on Peacock, and in the UK, it's on BBC Two. I don't know where it's on Jamaica. I'm trying to find out where it is in Jamaica. If you just come to the chat, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. But you're saying that if Shane gets it together, he can't be beaten. I don't know. Seville's technique is ridiculous. At 19, look, Shane has never run on the 9, on the 9, what, 9, I'm going to say 979 outside the US, outside Jamaica. Well, he ran 9.785 something again when he lost in all odds, right? Now, in Jamaica, he's run 9.75. He hasn't ran under 9.78 outside. He hasn't run 9.78 or below outside Jamaica. Seville has run 9.77. And Seville's technique is ridiculous. Like, if you want to poetry in motion, that's Seville. So even though Seville hadn't beaten Kishane before the finals of the World Championship, if you look at Kishane's races, I was saying this on the program, saying look at Seville's races. And the good barometer to judge is the splits they have, the 10-meter splits, from the first 10 to the last 10. And you know at a certain point, after 70 meters, you normally maintain, you don't really accelerate further, or your speed is not going to increase after 70 meters. It's probably maximized between 60 and 70. Seville can decelerate much slower than Kishane, and that's an imperative. So it all depends on start time, because in the race, I think in that race, Oblique had the better start. Kishane passed him for a little bit, and then Oblique overtook him. Yeah, man. I think it's kind of hard when you run the first 2 major championships, you come second, and people are like you fail, you choke. Like, that's amazing. You're the second best runner in the world, and you choke. Jesus Lord, I can be critical, but man, I'm not that critical. I mean, when did we get here? You know, at one point, and maybe I'm dating myself. At one point, silver was a great thing for Jamaica. You know, at one point.
getting silver. If you think about this, after in the 100 meters men, I can't remember us winning anything after 76. Dan McQuarrie won the silver. And even that was celebrated. Then he came out on the 200 men. You didn't see AC Crawford on the outside. But I can't remember us trying to think about men winning anything for a while. Right? So we've gotten spoiled for it, beyond spoiled. Yep, he does. Brilliant technique he has. Now, Kishane, we got to be very careful with the word better runner. Kishane is the more powerful runner. He looks like he can run faster. He get his technique right. But he's not the better runner. He's the more powerful runner. He's the more explosive runner. But it depends on how you want to define better runner. Kishane Oblique is probably the better runner when you think about in terms of form, technique, maintaining speed. But Kishane is powerful. And if he gets it all together, yeah, he's going to be difficult to beat. That power is almost innate. Those genes are innate, right? But the race is 100 meters. It's not 85, 90 meters. That's what people seem to realize. It's like you're running 200. It's 100 meters. So, yeah, let's see E2. We're going to go have E2. Adrian Kerr is in this race. So, lane 1, Chokakas from Lithuania. Lane 2, Aaron Brown from Canada. Lane 3, and Brown is always on as best time is 1995. Lane 3 is Asime from Cameroon. Lane 4 is Zeze from France. Lane 5 is Makarau from Zimbabwe. Lane 6 is Kerr from Jamaica. Lane 7, Murphy from Australia. And lane 8, Courtney Lindsay, who ran well in the 100 from USA. And look at these times, people. Of these runners, 4 of them, this is a tough heat, are under 20 seconds. And Adrian is not one of them. So, best time. Aaron Brown is under 20. 2008 is his best time this year. Asime is in 20.23 is not bad. 19.9 for Zize. 20.26 is his best time this year. Makarau, 1984. That's men's time, people. That's a man time instead, not men's time, man time. And then Lindsay has gone 1971, 1982 this year. So it's going to be a tough race. It's hard to call. Kerr going to have a hard time. He may make the fastest 6, but it's tough. He's going to be in the mix for the fastest qualifier, but it's going to be tough for him to make. Yeah, he's not. It's going to be tough for him to make the top. And he did make the top 4. Oh, they're off. Wow. They're off. This race is an interesting one. They're on the edge of the turn and out in front. Makarau. Here comes Lindsay. Here comes Kerr. Makarau, Lindsay, and Kerr. Top finishes. 1991 Makarau. Wow. That's fast. 1995 for Lindsay, and Kerr got there in 20.13. So Adrian Kerr is in the next round. Great run by Kerr. This is a race with 4 people that have run 19 under 20, and he's never done so. And he's ran 20.13. Isn't that is that his personal best? Or is that his season best? No. Zizi from France when his season's best. Aaron Brown ran on the track. That's interesting. So did Murphy. Wow. May not be season best. Doesn't say that. 20.13. So Kerr is into the next round. Adrian's into the next round. Good run by Adrian. So it's the 3 fastest qualifiers plus 6 fastest finishers by time. So if you look at the right, I mean, they came off the bend. Makarau was brilliant. Kerr came off really well. Lindsay also came off well. The top 3 came off the turn really, really well. And maintain that. What I'm noticing, people, in the sprints, the 1, the 2, the 4, historically the Africans dominated the longer events. You go from the 8 all the way up to marathon. But they're producing more sprinters nowadays, especially countries like but it's spread across, whether it's Botswana, whether it's South Africa, to a extent Nigeria, they're producing more sprinters. We have a Zimbabwean. So it's interesting that and we see countries like Jamaica now having 800-meter runners. Yes, he's a Fortis and he's done really well. He has the Fortis genes, obviously. That's why he doesn't cave. It's a special gene, only given to a select few. But it's interesting the Africans are doing so much better in the sprints. And at some point, I would think by the next Olympics, going to be probably further along. Doesn't mean that the USA and Jamaica may still not dominate, but I think the Africans will be out there. They're getting better and better. Every cycle we see them get better. And we're going to see some Jamaicans at some point in the 800 meters doing really well. 15 maybe a little bit of a stretch. But I always wondered why, if you have the DNA for sprinting, some of those people get the DNA for stamina or the combination. You're quick, but you also got the stamina, or you build up that stamina. I think sometimes in Jamaica, we very much focus on the 1, 2, and 4 and don't give any credence or enough support for the long distances, especially like the 800. Somebody's had to come here and be you know what? But it's early morning. It is about 7:30. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. If you haven't done so, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you haven't shared the channel, please do so. So we're gonna have Heat 4 coming up. So Adrian Kerr has gone through. We expect Sybil to go too easily. We'll see what Christopher Taylor does. Well, now what I'm focused on is medaling. Well, no, historically they weren't even in the mix, right? But now they're in the mix. They're running the times which are reflective of give them a chance to win. So before they would run, but they were just there to make like semis or the first seat. But now they're running as if they have a chance to win. I mean, Tobago is one of those individuals who have won. And people like Talu and Simbini have not produced based on what their forms are normally during the year. So next heat, we have one of the favorites. So we had the heck's happening. I don't know what's happening. My thing gone haywire. Why is my thing going haywire? This is not good. This is a tough heat. It should be heat 3, not heat 4. So it's heat 3. I think Bednarek has a 1957 personal best. That's top 2, top 3 timing on these days. So in terms of this race, we have a Tafi in lane 1. We have Onwuzuriki in lane 2, just talking about Africa and Nigeria. Bednarek from the USA, we expect to cruise through this one. Blake from Canada, Kujur from India, and India is very much focused on athletics nowadays. Reyes from Switzerland, Dambili from South Africa, Ko from South Korea, and Mizukubu from Japan. The men's 200 meters heat 3, top 3 goes to the next round, semifinals, along with the 6 fastest qualifiers. Amen says, my nephew is very good cross country. He wants to run for Jamaica after college in 800, hopefully. Well, if he runs 800, 1500, those are good races for him to run in. 800 is getting tougher, actually. 15 is, if he's doing cross country, I would suggest he wants to run for Jamaica. He's trying to run a 15. 8 make it tougher. If he's good in the 8, then that's fine. But I think it's easier to make for Jamaica. Anything above 8, if you can qualify time-wise, should be there. So they're on their marks and they're off. And they call them back. Oh yeah. Dambili from South Africa must have jumped 0.054. He jumped. His reaction time is 0.054. He jumped way off. And he should be pretty easy in this race too. Why would you do that? Wow. Yeah, he's gone. He's gonna be like a Tobago. But they'd be very generous for this championship, actually. Very, very generous. Very, very generous. Tobago was disqualified, and I think that Billy will be too, because when the reaction time is that bad, then you gotta go. Even though they're having a long discussion. I don't know why. I mean, he jumped way out in front. I mean, his reaction time, when he's under a second or 10th of a second, or 1,000th of a second, then yeah. And if it's under a 10th of a second, that's a problem. No, if it's under 10, that's a problem. Oh, they are? Okay. Now they've invested. India may come in like cricket, and India was not great at cricket way back when, but they've invested in the sport to see what happens. They have money. A lot of people, and they generate income. Bless up Faye Rabi. Is it Rabi? Am I mispronouncing your name? Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's really early, and people gotta go to work. It's 7:30, but appreciate you being here. They're trying to figure out what to do. If you're hesitating what to do, people, must be something wrong. I'm surprised he didn't get disqualified. But look at the reaction time. He's at 0.054. And he jumped out the block way before something happened. Did he? I have no idea what happened, why he disqualified. A bunch of days versus Goliath. What are you referring to? Beer back. Yeah. Because in Jamaica, athletics is a religion. And they're up and they're off. I said Bednarek to walk this. Okay, we blocked up because this happens sometimes. So Bednarek is in front and he's cruising. In fact, he's running easy. Azua, who is third. Can't see who came second. Oh, can't pronounce the name from Nigeria. Dambili second. What's he can't pronounce it? So it is Bednarek 19.98. On was Zoriki second in 20.27, and Dambili same time 20.27. My screen went blank, people. It happens. The website crashed sometime. At this point of the day, the website does crash. It's been crashing quite a bit. Probably should be back up now. It blocks out periodically. It's back up. And here are the finishes. Bednarek, Onwuzurike from Nigeria, and Dambili from South Africa. Those are top three. I'm not sure if William Reyes may make it on time. So the top three goes through plus 6 fastest finishers. That was heat 3 of 6 completed. So of all the heat to pick, Christopher Taylor picked the heat with no loss. And he's going to be famous. Why not heat? Beat him. I would say this. Of all the people who have seen running, and Bednarek was really easy people. He looks really good. Of all the people that won a champs, I've seen come through champs and how they perform as an adult. The Calabar team with Russell and Taylor and a bunch of those athletes. And I remember being in that champs when was it? Is it 2018, 2017? I forgot when it was. I don't think none of those athletes produced on the world stage, and they were phenomenal in high school. And Christopher Taylor, who was running ridiculous times in high school, hasn't matriculated to the senior level and perform as well as one would expect, actually. I know he was suspended for a while, but it's a little bit interesting. Some people who do phenomenal champs and running almost world-class time when they matriculate to the more senior level doesn't work out as well, unfortunately. And then we have also a reason as to why, and are we training them too hard and all sort of stuff. I mean, who knows? People develop differently, and they max out differently. It's a very tough heat for Christopher Taylor, a ridiculous heat. So in this heat, we have Almiron, Kerr from Bahamas, Taylor, DeGrasse, who always finishes well in these meets. I mean, if you think about it, DeGrasse, Laos, Donald Hughes. I mean, Taylor gonna have a tough time in this heat. And we have 4 runners who have run under 20 seconds in DeGrasse, Laos, Hughes, and Fambulu. Fambulu is an American running for Liberia, so I should say American Liberia, and then people criticize me for people get naturalized. So Fambulu is Liberian, but it's amazing that I don't know why Liberia. 1983 is a very good time. It's gonna be tough for Taylor, whose season's best is 22-28. But Adrian Kerr did it, so let's see what happens. It was 2016. Okay, bareback. Yeah, that group of kids did matriculate to the senior level and do well, which is surprising. See, they're showing Bose in the stand. I think Bose is there for the diameter look like. Showing DeGrasse, who was Olympic champion at one point in this race. Christopher Taylor. Got not a bad lane 3. Kerr from Bahamas 2, and Almiron in lane 1. Us that Paraguay. And we see Mr. Lal there just very, very confident, as he normally is. Very confident. Men's 200 meters, heat number 4. We have 1 Jamaican already qualified, Adrian Kerr. Fortis, of course. Now we have Christopher Taylor in this race, along with Noah Laws, along with Donald Hughes, who actually ran for the number 1 school in Jamaica. And we also, so they're off. Well, the race has not started in Peacock yet. So let's see what Taylor does. They're off the turn. And Taylor was out in front at one point. So now it's Lal and Hughes and Taylor. Taylor running really, really well. Really, really well. Brilliant run by Taylor. Laos, Donald Hughes, and Christopher Taylor beat DeGrasse, actually. Automatic qualified for the next round. You know, Taylor should do well in this event. Because if he came off the turn the way he did, and he's a 400-meter runner, he should have maintained his speed. Yeah, bareback, a really good runners. They didn't do well on the national stage, but Taylor ran 20.26, Hughes 20.07, Laws 20.99, DeGrasse 20.3, DeSato 20.4. So DeGrasse would make the next round. So the automatic qualifiers are Laws, Hughes, and Taylor. So Jamaica has 2 runners, and Taylor is very happy having a conversation with Laos. Ran really well, actually. Ran really well. Laos got out really, really well, actually. Came off the turn in first. DeGrasse was there. Taylor was out in front, actually, at one point. And he maintained well because DeGrasse came up on him, and Taylor held his own. Obviously, Donald Hughes is like Noah Laos, right? They come on late in the race. That's why Zana is struggling in 100 against the top competition. But you can see the top three finishers. Lodge, Hughes, and Taylor. So Jamaica will probably end up if Lavelle doesn't get hurt, because that's the only thing that can stop him from getting to the next round. We'll have 3 in the semifinals. Zona Hughes had the best reaction time. That's amazing, people. That doesn't happen. He had a 0.13 reaction time. Wow, he must be up for this. He ran 20.07, 20.26 by Taylor, personal best. It's always great when you run your personal best at the biggest meet, and Taylor just did that. So if you look at historical time, you'd expect Fambule and DeGrasse to finish ahead of Taylor. Fambule ran down the track. DeGrasse ran 4th, and Taylor did brilliantly by coming 3rd. So well done. Jamaica's having a really good meet. Really good meet. Because some people are making semifinals, you don't expect to make semifinals. Plus some are medaling. Well, you may expect to medal, but different medal than you expect. Men 110-meter hurdles. I don't think the expectation was to get 2 medals there, but hey, Mason and Bennett did brilliantly. So we're going to go to heat 5 of 6, and that's where the 1969 man is located. We have 3 runners under 20 seconds in this race. And at one point in track and field, the Holy Grail was running under 20 seconds. Now it's almost normalized. We have 2 in the semis. Yes, Taylor and Adrian Kerr. So Christopher Taylor and Adrian Kerr are both in the semifinal of the men's 200, and then Brian Lavelle should walk the semifinals unless something unforeseen happens. So we'll have 3 in the semifinals. Now, to make the finals, I probably only expect Lavelle, but hey, stranger things have happened. Probably the top 2 and top 3 fastest finishers. So he's 5 of 6. I see Lavelle there looking very confident. So no one almost bust big fight. What are you talking about? The U.S. Championship? When Noah got pushed by Bednar? I see that you mean Kenny, not Lenny. So lane on the heat 5 of 6, Simpson, lane 1, it's lane 1. Neverjack, lane, Czechoslovakia, lane 2, Tuna, lane 3, Fustini, Ghana, lane 4, Charamba, Zimbabwe, pretty good runner. Zimbabwe, some good 200-meter runners, people, and they're probably good in the 4 too. Afrifa, lane 5, Lavelle, lane 6. The man who's been touted a lot, Goat, Australia, lane 7, and Naheem Jack, lane 8 from South Africa. So let's see how Goat does, actually, because he's a teenager, and he's been in the news a ton. They didn't have him in 100. Let's see what he does in 200. I don't know about in the 4x1, Dr. Don. Because I don't know if Lavelle is going to be running. So we probably Andre Goldson there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens 4x1. We'll see what the team looks like. That is not like a bullet. I hope he doesn't overstress himself. Lavelle is running too fast, too early. I know it's his first championship. Lavelle is off like a bullet. He's already making a stagger out. Lavelle is gone, people. He's running by himself and he's relaxed. He's not even, he's striding. People, Lavelle's in front from Charamba. He ran 1984 jogging, I swear. People, he ran 1984 jogging. Seriously. He ran the first 110.17. He's going to run 19.5. I'm predicting that right now, or lower. So Lavelle first, Charamba second, Goat in his first mid championship third, and a free for fourth. Wow, 1984 jogging. I think something special in play actually. Wow, that was impressive. He wasn't. He slowed down the last 20. He jogged most of the race to me in 1984. Maybe because he's a relaxed runner, so it looked like he's jogging, but he didn't look stressed to me. He ran the first 100 hard. Look, he came off the bend, arms pumping, very relaxed, not stressed. I mean, he jogged the last 20 meters. Like he's not. That's scary. I wonder if he has a 19.3 in his legs. I think Noah Lyles does competition, and Bednar, and Tobago. Wow, that was impressive. If you're Noah Lyles, you should be scared. You may not want to go win on this championship because it's like 100 that got messed up in the trials. No, the question is where on the podium vibing. I think he may be in a certain seat, which is reserved for rare air. 200 going to be the race, even more than 100, I think. Yeah, he walked 1984. Sound like a year that I'm familiar with. He jogged 1984. Look at his reaction time, 0.149. Goat was 0.144. Good run by Goat. His first major championship, came second. He's now in the semis. So the qualifiers are Labelle, Charamba, and Goat, who are automatic qualifiers. Wow. If you're allowed, you should be concerned. Because not only Tobago and Bednar to worry about, now you have another Jamaican in your heel. He may be running for second. The way, because it's not like he ran the race. And by the way, in the long jump final, Ajay Gale is doing really well. Obviously, he won in 2019. Oh, is he in second place? Pentaglow is doing really well after this. He normally does. Bless up, Tuffy Rudy. Thanks for being here. No, there's no way 3 people beating Laval. There's 3 people ain't born. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's somebody's gonna be very disappointed in the 200 because you have 4 premier runners who separate themselves. Tobago, Lal, Bednar, and now Brian Evans in the mix. Man jogged 19.4. No, it's 19. No, it's a 1980. 19.8, yeah. He jogged 19.8. And he's powerful. Bless up, Odell. Thanks for being here. See, my regulars don't wake up early. By the way, people, let's get the likes over 200. Let's get the likes over 200. We have 200 people in chat. Let's get the likes over 200 people. Come on. Help me out, people. A lot of people have come and gone. And by the way, if you have to work today, I hope you have a great day at work. You could be any place else. You're here. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here. But while you're here, please support the channel by hitting the like button. Please go over to my other channel, Balance View. If you haven't subscribed to Balance View, people, because what I'm trying to do is just make Cranky have a sports channel and Balance View a everything else channel. Eventually, I'll switch things over. So go over to Balance View and subscribe, people. When you leave this setting and you're on your way to work, what you're doing, and you have time, and almost you're on your mobile, so it's hard to do, please go over to Balance View and subscribe. I'm going to drop it in the link. Oh, Lord. But please go over to Balance View and subscribe. And please also subscribe to my website. Or you can just sign up at the website. You don't have to put your phone number in. Just put your at the website. Just put your email address in there. Trying to get people to frequent it. So Brian Lavelle run 1984. We have one more heat to go in the men's 200. Charamba 2006 and Goat, his first major championship from Australia. Teenager who was probably more famous for being a teenager running ridiculous times than his performances at major events, his first major event. Somebody of Bednar, Lal, and Tobago came to the championship, expect to get a medal, may not get a medal. This is heat number 6 of 6. Tobogo has named 9. And Tobogo's best time, people, is 1946. That's rare air time. You go below 19.5, that's rarefied air time. Rarefied air. And he's ran 1976 this year, so. So there's a 4-person race for the 200, in my view. I can't see another surprise. 1984 Javelin. The thing about Javelin is he's a 400-meter runner, running the 100, and he can run. Remember, he had a 982 at a meet in Austria this year. So we know he has the speed. He's going to be hard to beat. You know what? I'm going on a limb right now and say this, but I'll wait to say it. But I don't want to pick it for the 200. You know, people think Lyle is unbeatable. I don't think he's unbeatable. Let's see what TJ does in the long jump. Oh, that's a long jump. That's a long jump. That's a good jump by. He's done over 8 meters. Let's see where he ends up. That's over 8 meters. And he take up from way behind the board. If he had a better takeoff, 8.33. If he had a better takeoff, he probably would have jumped like 8.7. Yeah, he took up from way behind the board. Way behind. As it relates to long jump. So now he's leading. 8.33 is ahead of the Greek. Yeah, that's a big jump. Big jump, big jump, people. Obviously, the first round in the final, but that's a big jump. And if he had stepped on the board, it would be much further out in front. But 8.33 is a big number. We have the long jump final going on. We have the 200 meters heat. So we have gone through 5 of 6 in the men's 200 meters heat. We had the women before. 2 Jamaican women qualified. All the U.S. women qualified for the semifinal. 2 Jamaican runners are Ashanti Moore and obviously Sharika Jackson. Mackenzie, the other qualifier. Is that a man, Mackenzie? She didn't qualify. These long jumpers are out there now. Berlani from Italy, that's a long jump. He was right up to J Gales. He's overstepped by a long number, by a big number. So his was a foul jump. So we're seeing Tobogo. Leslie Tobogo, who false started the men's 100 in the finals. People, we had 97 like, okay, just get me up to 100 likes since you're on the minds of the likes. Please get me to 100 likes. But 3 more people just hit the like button, people. We have 231 on the chat, 253 now. Give me 2 more likes and I'll shut up. Let me get to 100 since we're very reluctant to give the likes. I think Glad's gonna have more than a headache. He's gonna have bad headaches. He's gonna have migraine. He's gonna have migraines. It's a tough 200. Tobogo beat Laz at the Olympics, even though Laz was saying he wasn't totally fit. No, nobody forced. Come on, Dr. Don. Why do people do that? You ain't forced that on purpose. When you're Tobogo, when you're Laz, when you're Zon and Hughes, you know you have great top end speed, but you know your vulnerability in the 100 is you got to get out early. All right, you can't wait. So obviously, he's trying to cheat by going out early. Figure he can jump the gun. Not even jump the gun, but get out with all the other runners. Because he knows his top end speed can match all of them. He didn't jump on purpose. Come on. He would always make this statement. So let's see what happens in this race. Tebogo is going to win easily. He's not even going to strain himself. Tebogo is in lane 9. They're off. He's not really leading at this point. He's about third. He's out from the Netherlands. So it's China and Japan is out in front, but Tebogo has decided to have fun. He's not even straining himself to run 20.18. You know, in all the time, running 20.18 was a good time, you know. I mean, he just had fun on this race. You see him come off the curb, he's like in 5th position. He didn't strain himself. Then he decided to just run past everybody and then started doing all sorts of crazy stuff in the last 20 meters, just bowing his head, saying this is easy. Mo Aja from Netherlands second, and Uzawa from Japan, who was out in front, was third. So those are the automatic qualifiers. So let's see what this looks like in terms of 200 meters. So here's the list of all the 200 meters qualifiers. We have 3 Jamaicans. The best time ran jogging, people, 1984 by Ryan Abbott. Now, one could say, well, is it because he's inexperienced in his meet why he ran that fast? He slowed down significantly. He was trying to hold himself back. So we have the qualifiers, which are 16. It should be 16. It should be 21, and then we have the top. But it should be 18, and then we have the top 6. So you see the automatic qualifiers are here, and then we should have about 24 or 27. I don't see 27 here. But here are where you see Q the qualifiers, they should have the 6 fastest time. Let me refresh this. F over the 6 fastest time plus the automatic qualifiers. It should be 18 plus another 6. It should be 24 of them. So you can see all 3 Jamaicans have made it through. All we have 3 US runners who have all ran decent time in the semis. 1 US runner, Robert Gregory, didn't make it. But we see 3 US runners are there, 3 Jamaicans, 3 US runners, and these are all based on time in terms of sequencing. And the best time of the round by 0.07 of a second is Lavelle. Zimbabwe the second time, but times don't really matter in the heats. Everyone's trying to get position in. Semi should be a humdinger because there's a bunch of good runners here. I'd expect all 3 American runners to make it to the final along with Lavelle. So we'll see what happens. Lavelle's entire race is bad. It's not just his top end. His entire, he's good out the blocks. He has the 100-meter. Look, when you run 10.82, that's brilliant time for somebody who wasn't running a lot on the circuit outside Jamaica. 10.82 is one of the best times to see in this world this year, right? I think Kishane has the best time of 10.75. Laz hasn't run 10.2 this year. And he was, 10.89 in the finals, which was the best time of the year. So he hasn't run 10.82. So can he catch that out? That's the question. If Lavelle is healthy, Laz is in trouble. That's all I got to say. Tuffy, I say he's in 19.5 something shape. That's my prediction. I'm going to say 19.55 shape. If you're on 1984 and you weren't pressured, you jogged the last 20, that's 19.55 shape. And he ran 96 something already this year. So now it's going to be, I think people should be excited about the possibilities. A lot is tough in this race because, he's a top at speed. Bednarik is tough. Tebogo is tough. That's going to be hard to beat, but it's not impossible to beat him. I'm truly looking forward to the race. Truly, truly looking forward to it. So we've completed the men's. So now we have a little break, people. We've completed them. It's now 8 o'clock. The next event on the track is the 400-meter hurdles at 9. I wonder if I should just take a break and then come back and start a new stream, actually. Because I think I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to come back at 9 people for the 400-meter hurdles. Why am I saying 9? What am I doing? I think I'm messing up. No, I'm showing Japan time, actually. I need to change the time to AM. I apologize for that. No, it's 13 hours ahead, right? It's going to start now, actually. The 400 meters is going to start now. Semifinals. I think I had my times mixed up. I was showing Japan time versus Eastern Standard Time. So the 40-minute hurdle start at 8:03 a.m. for women. Then we have men, and then we'll have 3,000 meters final and 1,500 meters final. Toby says, so Cranky, I can brag about Clancy College for a change, not Calabar. Well, you know how we are. We're wagons, right? Whoever's doing well, that's what you brag about. Whoever's doing well, you brag about. So if you just join us, we have had a number of races this morning, including the men's and women's 200 meters. They're showing Lavelle's race again. People, he won. I swear to God, he started looking back at 30 meters out. I mean, he's been the most impressive runner in this French championship based on that race. I'm telling you, you can't run 1984 and look around and not stress and just smiling, not breathing hard at the end. I mean, it's scary. You know what? I'm going to change my prediction about what he's going to run. You know, I'm going to say it when he comes to the semis. He's going to run a ridiculous time. I'm telling you. Lavelle's always been a big kid. Even when the champs, he was a big kid. Strong looking, but he looks overly impressive. If I was Noah Lyles, I'd be concerned. No, he's looking great. Gail is looking great, actually. He was leading. I don't know what the standings are now in terms of you know what? Why am I not just go to the long jump and see where we are? So Gail is leading. Look at the long jump, people. They're only in attempt number 1. Obviously, they have 6 attempts in the final round. But he's leading after the first best time this year, 8:33. So let's see where he ends up. But he's back to his best, it looks like. So we're going to have coming up is the 400-meter hurdles for women. There's a 400-meter hurdles. It's 3 heats. This is the semifinal. And we have Jamaican in this race. So we have Adekoya in lane 2. Kukut, Belgium, lane 3. I'm kidding that name. Sartori, Italy. Zapetalova, is this Slovakia? Woodruff, Panama. 9th, Jamaica. Jasmine Jones, USA. And Gia Mo of China. Women's 400-meter hurdles. Semifinal. Heat 1 of 3. Should be a good race. See some of you hit the like button. So now that I've got up to 100 likes, let's get up to 200 people. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. You can get out of full screen mode if you're on your mobile. It's a thumb up sign underneath my logo on both Balance View and on Cranky Live. Just hit it and go back to full screen mode and we'll be good. I'll be happy and you're always happy. They're on their marks. And they're off. Women's 400-meter hurdles. So far, Woodruff Panama leading, Jones second, Zapatova third. Knight is running decent. Now she's dropping back quite a bit. Woodruff Panama looks good. As they come up now, we're coming almost to the top of the turn. Woodruff is there, so is Jones from the USA. Woodruff out in front, Jones second, Zapatova third. Knight is probably going to end up for the fifth. She's going to end up fifth, actually. So the Panamanian, Woodruff first, Jones second, Zapatova third, Akikoa fourth, and Knight came fifth, 54.35. Jones ran her season best. Always great to run the season's best in major championships. So Jamaica look like they're out of this one. They're not looking like they're out of this one. So she won't be I don't think she won't be a qualifier by time. So she's out. So one down, two more races to go. So Woodruff first, Jones second, Zapatova third, and Adikoya fourth. That was heat one of 3 in the women's 400-meter hurdles. Next, we go to heat 2. If I look at the race again, yeah, she was easy. Panamanian was easy. And this must be a tough race. You know, you're running 400 is probably the toughest race, and then you have to jump over barriers. Penny Pabla says Tiboga was chirping. Well, you can chirp all you want, you know, but you chirp when you don't have any competition. Let's see what happens when he runs into Noah and Bednarek, and also the surprise man of. I think the surprise man of the championship going to be Lavelle. Surprise for some people, not for others, given how he ran later on in the year. I think he's going to shock the world in the 200. Let's go. Let's see how the men's long jump is going. Keep going back and forth with this. Gail has jumped 833 twice. No, once. Okay, once. That was twice. Said long way to go in that event. I think he medal. We're heat number 2 for the woman. And they're showing on the screen the men's 200 meters time. Lavelle, Raul, Lindsay, Bednarek, Laos. All the usual suspects are there. And by the way, Adrian and Christopher Taylor made a semifinal, which is laudable, in the men's 200 meters. So Jamaica has 3 runners in the semifinal of the men's 200 meters. The U.S. also has 3. So good competition, but the race is going to be between, I think, 4 runners: Tibogo, Laos, Bednarek, and Leva. We'll see if there are any surprises. Yes, Sean. No, the races are on live now. We are running the second of 3 heats in the women's 400-meter hurdles in this earlier section this morning. And I'll just pull these up before these races come up. If you look at the qualifiers for the women's 200 meters, these are the qualifiers. We have 2 Jamaicans there, Ashanti Moore and Sherika Jackson. U.S. has Battle, and the U.S. has 4 runners actually, but more renowned names are Jefferson, obviously 100-meter champion, Battle. Then for the so that was the women. For the men's 200 meters, you can see the names here. And the name at the top of the board is Lavelle, with the best time jogging. And now we're at the hurdles for the women, women's 400-meter hurdles. It's an interesting race. We're in heat number 2. I think the 2 names here that jumps out at you. So let's go through the names. We have Bell Carly, Australia, Van den Broek, Belgium, Folaronzo, Italy, Femke Bol was probably the favorite by a good distance, given that the unicorn is no longer here. Muhammad, who was the best run at one point until unicorn replaced her. And then we have Newham, Great Britain, and Keleti, Germany. So, yep. So the women's 400-meter hurdles, those are the runners. I expect Fenty Ball to win easily. Well, yeah, Muhammad to be behind her. We'll see what the remaining runners. Must be a hell sitting in that box with qualifying time trying to go through, not knowing if you're gonna make it. You have to wait. So they're in the box. Set. And they're off. I think Fenkable is going to win easily. And Muhammad can be second and Folaronzo third. Let's see how it works out. And they have the screen now. Oh, it's on USA Network? Okay, I didn't know that actually. So you know what? I need to switch there because that's quicker. I didn't know that actually. You know what? I'm going to switch it in the middle of the race. I'm watching on a screen actually, so let me switch this in the middle of the race. Uh-oh. I turn off my monitor doing this. Thank you, Ball easy. Muhammad second. Yeah, thank you, Ball a jog to the finish line. Muhammad second. As would be expected. No, actually, Angela has McLaughlin and Laverne. What's her name? Whatever their last name is. In this race, thank you, Ball should win easily. All right, so we have Ball first, Muhammad second, Van den Broek third from Belgium, national record for her. For the runs, we expect to come third, finish fourth, 54.37. Fenke Ball having fun. She don't win the gold medal easily. She has no competition in this race. Her competition went to the 400 flat. Ball having fun. It must be great to know that, you know what, you're the overwhelming favorite, and unless you get injured, you cannot lose, actually. So that was heat number 2 of 3. We're going to go to heat 3 now. We do have a runner from Jamaica in this heat. But we'll go to them. They're now getting their blocks together. It must be tough. If you're Paulino, for example, and you see McLaughlin, LeBron coming to your event, it must be disappointing after you have after you see her run the hurdles for so long and then she had to come over. Must be very disappointing. Thanks about that, Penny Pablo, about USA Network. I didn't know that actually. So it's on Peacock USA Network. Where's the event showing in Jamaica? Because I don't see it in UK BBC too. Where is it showing in Jamaica? I don't know if there's something in Jamaica watching this. Where's the bench? Anyone know? I haven't. I don't know where it's from in Jamaica. I haven't seen it. USA have all the events are on Peacock, and then maybe USA Network or CNBC carry sometime. I think during the weeks, CNBC, because they have a lot of stock market news that they have to bring to their audience. But I'm not sure which showing in Jamaica. If you have not hit the like button, please do so. That's with the supposition and perspective that you do like the program. If you don't like it, just close your eyes and just hit the like button. Let the likes go to 200 people. We're only at 122. If you just joined us this morning, it is still, it's what now, 8:16. Those of you just coming in from work, you can stay up for a little bit longer. Those of you going to work, you do have your mobile device, so you can take the program with you. And if you're just home with like me, then relax and have fun. The long jump is heating up. See, we just have Sarah Kuko jump 8.19. Gay is still leading at 8.33, I think. Let's just go back to the long jump. Men. That's the leaderboard. Gale failed in the second attempt, but he's still leading. 8.33 is a big jump, people. It's hard to exceed that number. The interview Frankie Bowles, she must be saying, hey, having fun. So we're in heat 3 of 3. Should be a good heat. Cockrell is there. Salmon is there. Who else? Those should be the 2 top runners in this heat. Oh, it's channel 30 and optimum. Yeah, it is. USA is 550 on Verizon. On the East Coast, anyway. I don't know about the other cable channels. So we're heat 3 of 3 for the women's 400-meter hurdles. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. I expect Cockrell and Salmon to do well in this heat. But you never know. People have their personal best in these events. So people save the best for last. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And thanks for joining me early in the morning. I appreciate you. It's been a good morning. As I said yesterday, maybe a little more exciting for the shorter distance, like the 110-meter hurdles. It's been a good morning. That is a whole Jamaican contingent in the stadium, all decked out in yellow. Now, are they wearing? Do they have a yellow gear for every single day, or are they wearing the same gear? Why am I asking that question? I don't know, but they all decked out in their yellow. So, do they buy 5 different jerseys with the yellows on them, or do they wash it overnight? What do they do? What's your guess? A lot of people have yellows on. Yellow jerseys, yellow outfits. So lane 1, we have Demed, Van der Waal, lane 2 with Demed, Van der Waal, lane 3 from South Africa, Ledeka, lane 4, Diallo, lane 5, Portugal, Moraro, lane 6, Italy, Salmon, lane 7, Jamaica, Cockrell, lane 8, USA. And then what is this? Ewell from Norway in lane 9. Women's 20-meter hurdles, heat. Heat 3 of 3. I see the runners were in that zone trying to get through the final qualifying time, just having their fingers crossed. I expect Cockrell to win a Salmon second. We'll see how it works out. They're in the mark and they're off. Cockrell is out very, very fast. Very fast. So it's Cockrell from Salmon, Demes 3rd, Ewell from Norway 4th, Salmon, Cockrell running really, really hard. Cockrell out front, Salmon 2nd, Ewell 3rd. They come around the bend. is still Cockrell from Salmon. Salmon is Cockrell is still out in front. She looks good. Salmon is behind her. The other runs are not catching up. But it's Cockrell going to finish that way, I think. Salmon, I see damage from Germany flying on the outside. Cochrane, Salmon, and that's how they finish. Cockrell 52-38, Salmon 54-3. The Norwegian 24-28. Amali. And then we have Diallo from Portugal for it in the national record. So Salmon runner sees his best. And the two runners who are in that box, they are happy because they qualify based on time. So we have completed the women's 400-meter hurdles. They need to update the summary here. They're showing you some of the qualifiers. Let me refresh this and see if I can get a more updated schedule. They haven't posted all the runners here who have qualified. And again, it top two in each heat automatically go through. We only have Salmon going to be in the finals, actually. Yep. Thank you both, the top qualifier. Muhammad is there, Jones is there, Woodruff is there. And also Salmon is there. I'm trying to find the summary they should have had. Oh, that's the men's. I'm trying to find women's. We have a semifinal. They should have the summary. They haven't updated the schedule to show you just all where the qualifiers. So we're gonna have the qualifiers. We have 3, 6. I don't see the fastest qualifiers, but we know Femke Ball, Woodruff, Jones, Muhammad, Salmon. They're all in the final. Cockrell, they're all in the final. There should be 2 fastest qualifiers there also, which should be Zapletalova and Denbroek. So those should be the 8. We're going to go now to the men's 400 meters hurdles. So we have one Jamaican in the final of the hurdles, but it's going to be 400 meter hurdles. It's going to be hard for her to medal. But nothing is possible. We saw Watson last for a championship, winning men's 400 meters flat. So anything is possible. We're going to have 2 Jamaicans in the semifinals. So Jamaica has done much better at this championship than they did at the Olympics, that's for sure. And again, everyone, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so also. And we go back to the men's long jump, where Gail was leading. We'll come back to the 400 meters. Men's long jump. He's still leading. People are getting closer. People in long jump for 8, but after, oh no, he should be leading still. But now he fouled on his second attempt. And we see someone has tied him in terms of the longest jump so far. Yu Hao Shi from China. So Gail now has some competition. He has to buckle up. So Gail is now, looks like he's in second. So we're going to heat 1 of the men's 400 meters hurdles is next. Coming up in 5 minutes. But these have been, as I've said before, very good championship. A lot of individuals have performed personal bests, national records. I haven't seen any world records on the track yet, so let's see how that goes. We always get a world record in the pole vault for men. Men just seem to just collect $100,000 continuously. He just break it by a quarter. If he breaks it by a quarter of an inch, if you break it by any small amount, he gets $100,000. Right now we have the men's long jump going on. We have the men's 40-meter hurdles coming up. I think we also have the women's pole vault. Men's javelin is also going on, and the women's pole vault is also. So it's like 4 events occurring simultaneously. We're starting the men's 40-meter hurdle starts at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1:30 p.m. UK time, which is 7:30 a.m. Jamaica time. And again, if you're in the US, the championship is being carried on USA Network, on Peacock, in the UK, BBC Two. But I have no idea where it's being carried in Jamaica because I couldn't find it. So I can find it. And if you're in Jamaica, where are you watching the event? Let me know where you're watching the event in Jamaica. I know TVJ was carrying it for a while. Maybe they moved it to One Spot Media. No, it's not. It's probably on One Spot Media too, right? Yeah, those are the 2 places in Jamaica so they're carrying it, but I didn't see it this morning. I didn't hear where it was being on TVJ. So we should have in the next 2 minutes to start up the men's 400-meter hurdles. And we do have a couple of Jamaicans who are in the semifinals. And TVJ not carrying this morning, so it must be on One Spot. I haven't checked One Spot. We hope that Dean Fraser. Gail is doing well, but I think he's in second place now. He was in first place for a while. I think he's in second place now. We have the another unicorn, Karsten Warholm, 2021 world champion is there. So we're in heat 1. So for the men's 400-meter hurdles, we have Gusek in 1, Tizang in 2, Warholm 3. Sorry, Gusek is in 2. No one's in the main 1. Tizang 3, Warholm 4, Agiakon 5, Robinson 6, Donovan 7, Samba 8, and Dos Rios Viana 9. Again, men's 400-meter hurdles. Gusek, Slovenia, Tisang, Botswana, Warholm, Norway, Agiakon, Germany, Robinson, USA, Donovan, Great Britain, Samba, Qatar, and Dos Rios Viana, Brazil. That's the lineup for the men's 400-meter hurdles. Is Gales in first place? I thought he was in second. I thought the Chinese person overtook him. But I could be wrong. No, I'll go by there quickly and see. Oh, he's still in first place, yeah. Okay, he's still in first. So it's the men's 400-meter hurdles. We expect Warholm to win this, and then it's a battle for second between Robinson. Look at personal best people. Warholm is at 45.94. The next personal best in this race is 47.76. That's like unfair. Crazy. And they're off. We expect Warholm to go on like a bullet like he normally does, and he has. So Warholm is in front from Samba and Donovan. Warholm is running like a madman from lane 3. He's ahead. Robinson second, Samba third, Donovan fourth. Warholm is out in front from Samba, next to Donovan, next to come. Keep changing. Warholm still there from Samba and Donovan. It's Warholm from Samba and Donovan. Warholm is out in front. He's slowing down quite a bit. Like he's slowing down quite a bit, but he won't be caught in a thing from Samba and Warholm. He slowed up quite a bit. Probably just got there. Maybe he's looking at the big screen. 47.64. 47. Actually, he lost the race, actually. Samba did come through the win. Samba first, Warholm second. Aki come third. Warholm went out really hard. Like he normally does, but maybe I think he's trying to win the race because you want to go to the final in the best lane. So that's interesting. Samba won 47.63. Warholm second, 47.72. And Akikong from Germany, 47.83, personal best. Donovan also Great Britain personal best, 48.21. Wow. He came off the bend with a 5-meter lead, maybe even longer. And he died basically. He died before in races, you know. He died basically. He died in the stretch. He was comfortable looking around, but he gave up that. So let's see where his time married to the rest of the other 2 heats, because that's not the best lane. You get a good lane anyway. You finish second, you get a good lane. He won't be in lane 2 or lane 9, that's for sure. Yeah, he backed up and got second. You're right. Amen, Remy. But I still think he was slowing down quite a bit, though. It's not only backed up, he was slowing down quite a bit. But he knows he's in the final anyway, so. He has collapsed in races before, so we'll see what happens. Just join us. We have, after the men's 40-meter hurdles, 2 more events on the track. It's the Steeplechase 3000, and then we're going to have the men's 1500, which should be a humdinger. Always is. We also have some field events occurring. Men's long jump, men's javelin, women's pole vault. So we're in day 5, almost coming to the end of day 5 of the World Athletics Track and Field Championship. It's been a very good event so far. I think Jamaica should be proud of his achievement, or her achievement. To date, what I have, 5 medals. Yeah, 5 medals in the 100 and 110 meters hurdles. 3 on the 100, 3 men and women, and 2 in 110 meter hurdles. Phenomenal. USA has what? 2 gold, 110 meter hurdles, and the 100 meters women. You have bronze in the 100 meters men. And that's it, actually. They get in the women. I don't remember them getting in the women. Yeah. Finished at the last hurdles. He was putting on the brace. I don't think he totally backed off significantly. I think he was slowing down, but that's just me. Looking how he was running. Yeah, he slowed down the line, but I think I've seen him run before where he just totally destroys the field at a time, but sometimes his legs give out. So we'll see. It'll be a tough final. We have Heat 2 coming up. And we have Malik James King, who the last time he raced the championship, something strange happened to him. I can't recall what happened. I remember watching the race. But that should be a good run, actually. A lot of good times here, mainly in the 47s. James King has not run a 47 this year. He's run 48. Two runners in this race have run 47. One is Caleb Bean from the US and also Ezekiel Natanya from Nigeria. But we are the second of 3 for the men's 400 meters hurdles. Again, everyone in the chat, good morning. Thanks for being here. And hope you're enjoying these events. If you're a track and field fan, you should be. It's been a very good championship so far. Japanese always do a good job putting on these events. Things are operating like clockwork. And I think one thing I appreciate is the empathy shown by the officials in this meet. They don't always just disqualify somebody for false start. I think a lot of good. They seem that they are considering a lot of different factors that may eventually end up in the person false starting. I mean, situation like Tobago was just too blatant. I saw this one this morning with, who was it that false started? He had a 0.50, which is bad, but they went back and did a review and probably figured something happened that triggered it. So a little more lenient than they have been in the past since the one false start rule came into effect. So we have in the Heat 2 of 3 for the semifinal of the men's 400 meter hurdles, Edlund from Sweden in lane 2, Mokhobi from Kenya in lane 3, Jamaica's Malik James King in lane 4, Caleb Dean from USA in lane 5, Ismail Doda Abakar Qatar in lane 6, Matthias Lima from Brazil in lane 7, Ezekiel Natanya Nigeria lane 8, and Jesus David Delgado in lane 9 of Spain. Men's 400 meter hurdles, Heat 2 of 3. Yes, Odell, that he did. He didn't walk. He jogged. He jogged the 400 meters in 1984. Basically jogging 20 meters. I love to see the Jamaican crowd. It's always great, actually, when you go to the event. These events like the World Championships or the Olympics, and run into your fellow countrymen and everybody there, no matter what country you're from, the camaraderie is great, actually. When I was in the 2012 Olympics in England, I went to the 100 meter final. We both won. It's an awesome experience. So kudos to everybody who's out there doing it. A friend of mine went out there, and they're off 400 meter hurdles. Abakar out in front from Dean. So it's Nathaniel. Well, first is Dean from US, Abakar Lima, and then Abakar, Dean, Lima. Abakar is running really hard out there in lane 8. Dean from the US, though, is leading. So Dean, Abakar. Let's see with Malik James coming. He's coming well in the stretch. So it's Malik James is running really hard. He's going to run out, actually. He was doing really well, and I think he was trying to cruise, and it cost him. So the qualifiers, oh my Lord, the qualifiers are Ezekiel Natanya of Nigeria and Ishmael Abakar. I think James ran a poor. He does it again. I think he did a. He's looking around. Boy, just run through the tape. He's looking around. I don't know what the hell he's doing. James King was looking around. Instead of just running through the tape, I don't know what he's looking for. And he ran out. It's the season's best, but he could have gone 47 something. You go watch the race again. So Nathaniel did well. Nathaniel, let's see here. They call the turn. Nathaniel's in front. Abakar is second. James is in third. Dean from the US is coming up on him. He's running really well. He didn't have it. Dean was coming through very strong. Yeah. Dean was coming through hard and strong. King just maybe missed out. Let's see what the fastest times are, because I'm going to come to the last race. So we have had two automatic qualifiers. The other two would have to wait and see what the fastest time is. So in these races, we're not going to heat 3 of 3. It's the 2 top finishers plus the 2 fastest qualifiers. So we have, let me see when the first heat 1 or heat. So we're in heat 2. Let's see what heat 1 fastest qualifier. 47, but yeah, he's not making it. 47.83. Yeah, you have to run 47 to make it. So Malik James is out, at least so far. We haven't run a third race yet. He had to be on the 47. He had to come third in this race on the 47, on the say 47 something. He just dropped out. He ran his season's best, but it wasn't good enough. So far we have 4 qualifiers between Samba, Warholm, Nathaniel, and Abakar. 2 fast qualifiers so far are Caleb Dean and Emil Akiyukom of Germany. We have 1 race to go, which is where another unicorn is, which is Mr. Rai Benjamin. But then we also have Rashawn Clark in this race, and he's going to be in the mix to make the final. Definitely. So we're in day 5, almost at the end of day 5. It's the evening session in Japan, or Uncle said the night session now. Still evenings, it's about 9 something there. Morning session in the US, afternoon session in the UK. So we had this morning, 3 hours of coverage, started at 6:20, but finished about 9:20, so it's 3 hours of coverage of the day 5 of the World Track and Field Athletics Championships. As I've said before, it's been a really good championships for a number of countries, including the USA and Jamaica. I think Jamaica is extremely pleased after its poor Olympic performance. Some countries are disappointed, though. We're waiting for the last of the 3 semifinal heats in the men's 400-meter hurdles. In this event, we'll have 8 runners. The favorite in this race should be Rai Benjamin, obviously the US. Ian Warholm are the ones who go back and forth in this event. And watch him in his first heat, he jogged. He basically walked around the track, frankly. Had 0 stress. Must be very disheartening for some competitors. You're there running as your hardest, and this person just jogging around the track. Dos Santos should be in the mix also. So this race should be Benjamin, Dos Santos, and Clark just behind those 2. If I was to pick the winners of this in the finals, but it does occur, it should be Benjamin, Warholm, Dos Santos. Could be any order in that 3, but that should be the top 3 on the podium. Unless somebody come through Tanya or something and upset the off guard. But again, this is heat 3 of 3 for the semifinal of the men's 400-meter hurdles. Rashawn Clark doesn't have the best lane, George in lane 2. Alistair Chalmers, Great Britain lane 3. Gerald Drummond from where Drummond from? He's in lane 4. Rai Benjamin, USA, lane 5. Alison Dos Santos from Brazil, lane 6. Bassem Hemeda from Qatar in lane 7. Victor Netweg from Botswana in lane 8. And Berke Akam from Turkey in lane 9. I wonder if Akam is Turkish or something else. And it's funny, you see all these Qatar runners from Qatar. I'm sure a lot of them are probably naturalized citizens. Can't convince me otherwise. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so others can view the stream. Again, Clark, Chalmers, Drummond, Benjamin, Dos Santos, Emeda, Netwang, and that's how you pronounce it, and Akam. Men's 400-meter hurdles. Dos Santos and Benjamin should be the 1-2 qualifiers, and then hopefully Clark can make it on time. And they're off. Men's 400-meter hurdles. Looks like Benjamin is already leading, and he's very relaxed. It's Benjamin Dos Santos, Clark, who's in lane 2. It's a difficult lane, is running third based on time so far. But Dos Santos and Benjamin playing this game here. There's two of them. It's a two-person race. And Benjamin decided to just take off and say, you know what, I have enough of this. Clark running hard. Let's hope we can maintain this. Clark is in third. I'm trying to make it on time. He has to run 47 something to make it on time. Benjamin is jogging, people. Jogging. Clark is running hard. He may not make it. Probably get there for third. He did. It looks like he did. So Benjamin 47.95. Dos Santos 48.116. Now Clark didn't make it. If you gotta run 48, you make it on time. You have to run under 48. He didn't make it. He came third. Valiant effort, but nope. Didn't make it on time. It looks like Akikum and Dean from the US will make it on time. Clark just ran out. He ran 48.37. Actually, he came fourth. I thought he came third, but he came fourth. He was running hard on the outside. So Benjamin looks impervious, people. I mean, he just pulled away from Dos Santos, supposed to be close to him. He wasn't even close. Or Dos Santos playing chicken a little bit. I don't think he is, because the other ones were too close to him. But it looks comfortable. Benjamin jogged. Man ran 47.95 and jogged for probably the last 70 meters. Running on his toes. So no Jamaican made the final of the men's 400-meter hurdles. None made the finals. You can see the qualifiers. Nathaniel Abakar, Samba Warholm, Benjamin Dos Santos, and then there are two fastest qualifiers were in the box. I think it's supposed to be Dean, and I'm trying to find the other qualifier. It was from Germany, I think it was. Yep. Agikom is there also. That's my personal best. So those are the finalists for the men's 400-meter hurdles. There are two more events on the track coming up. The men's 3,000-meter steeplechase comes up in 7 minutes. And the men's 1,500 meters comes up in another half an hour, actually. Let's go back to the long jump. So if I looked at all events this morning, For the 200 meters, I mean, Jamaicans are in there. We have Ashanti Moore and Sharika for the women who are in the semifinal. And for the men's, all three men made it. Christopher Taylor, Adrian Kerr, and Brian, Mr. Unstoppable in my view, Lavelle, all three made it to the semifinals. And we have no men made it for Simon made it for the women's 400 meter hurdles. Final, no man has made it for the final. King ran out, Clark ran out. And then for the men's long jump, gotta find here someplace. Tajay Gale is still leading, but they're in the fourth round of jumps. He's still leading. He has the same jump as the Chinese Shai, but he's leading, so he's in the gold medal position. Let's hope it stays that way. So can't be a better championship for Jamaica. It's very, very good. He could have. But then it's probably more lucrative run for the US, isn't it? Probably more lucrative running for the US. He's a brilliant runner, though. He looks very comfortable. Never looks stressed. Never looks stressed. Now, I can't say I'm familiar with all the steeplechase runners. In fact, I shouldn't say all. I'm familiar with none of them, to be honest. I don't really follow steeplechase, especially the 3,000 meters. And then we had the 1,500 coming up. No, 1,500, yes. Chariot, you know a lot about both of them. Ben, Coach, Laros. Should be a brilliant race. Steeplechase, a little bit different story for me. So if you're an expert, you can help me out in this 3,000 meters steeplechase. And it's a long race anyway. So if you're on your way to work, well, you should be at work by now. It's 8:53. Tell your boss that you have better things to do. Today's World Championship. Take some time off and watch the rest of the events. They finish at 9:20 a.m. If you're in Jamaica, if you get to work at 9, you're at 5 in the US. It's in the middle of your work. It's not middle of the beginning of your work day. They have the women's pole vault, and somebody went up with the bar, and that bar stayed up. She hit that bar, and it bounced and bounced and bounced, and wouldn't go down. So we have had a good morning of both field events and events on the track. And we have 2 events on the track remaining. Number of events still ongoing. In the field events, women's pole vault, men's long jump, and men's javelin throw. But coming up next, in the next 3 minutes, is the 3,000 meter steeplechase, which will take a little while to get completed. Women's 3,000 meter steeplechase. Coming up on the track next, you can see there are 15 runners in that race. And that race will take at least 8 minutes. I get tired just thinking about the race, people, and how quickly they run it. Literally tired. Been a very good morning. Track and field events, World Championship. The world should just, you know what they should do? when you have events like these, they should just give a week off. So you know what? It's a week-long holiday. And like how you have Jewish holiday. My doctor yesterday told me, "Oh, can't see you next week." It's a Jewish holiday. I'm thinking, my body's not taking a holiday off. It needs service. It's not taking a holiday off. So why are you taking a holiday off? Moshi Chester Malasela, thanks for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate it. So we're seeing the women's pole vault, and then we'll go to 3,000 meters steeplechase. Should start in another minute. And as I said, I can't say I'm familiar with the runners in this race at all. I see something here. Someone said Noah is smiling after the heat in the men's 200. We'll see what happens. That's going to be probably one of the most interesting races. That's probably the most interesting race in the championship. I know we talked about 100 meters, but frankly, 100 meters was only between three men: Noah, Kishane, and Seville. And in some minds, Seville wasn't in the mix, even though he should have been. But the men's 200 is between four people. Some people will say three, but it's between Bednarek, Tabogo, Laz, and then Brian Lavelle. And if you think about everyone who those sprints, whether it's the 100 or the 200, it's maybe the one race where Brian Lavelle, who has done well later in the year, maybe the biggest upset of the men's and women's event, actually, if he wins it. Some people expect him to do well, but win is a stretch. So we'll see what happens. And it seems like Wilfred Mutuli is the one who is the favorite for the steeplechase, it appears. That race is about to begin. So we have steeplechase, we have Bosayani, Tunisia, Yavi, is that Brunei, Renard, France, Melata, Ethiopia, Geruto, is that Kazakhstan, Mayer, Germany, Chimutai, Uganda, Almayor, Ethiopia, Cheratich, Kenya, Napoleon, USA, Felicitas Cross, Germany, Mitchell, USA, Lemengole, Kenya, Holloway, USA, Torner, Great Britain. You know what the USA has done, which Jamaica need to think about? Historically, if you go back years, USA was never great in distance races. Like, they used to go up to 8, like Jamaica. Well, no, Jamaica used to go from 1, 2, and 4. US probably going to 8 if they're lucky. They were 1, 2, and 4 dominant. They would have people in the other races, but they have invested in that over the last number of years. And they now run across the races. You have 1, 2, 3 USA participants in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. And you go to the 15 and the 800, you find a number of them also. So they've done a good job over the last 20 years of investing in the longer distances, and it's paying off with the performances. Shows you what resources can do and what strategy can do, and what having a template and goal and people with know-how and people who are ambitious and people who sort of set their objectives and then execute against them, and who can put in place short, medium, and long-term plan. And eventually you will end up where they have, which is they produce runners all across all the different disciplines in track and field. I mean, you would have some marathons, for example, in the USA, but if you look at the Africans who dominate, in Western Europe, that's been the case, to dominate distances. No longer the case. Everybody's not competing. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are not competing. So someone sit back and relax. This is a long race, people. 3,000 meter steeplechase, as I said, it's a minimum of 8 minutes and something this race. That's what's up. If you want to call in, because a long race, you can call in. If you want to call to the program, it's a long race. You can call in, people. If you want to call in, we'll put the number up. The number is up. The number is up. It's a long race. It doesn't make sense you start announcing who's leading at this point when we're 2 minutes in, because it doesn't really matter. You gotta wait until the last, I would say, 400 to 600 meters. But right now, Chimatai, Yavi, Jeroto, Chiratich, those are the ones in front. You can go have a tea and come back and they're still running. So the crowd is good though. It's got the stadium vibes are very good. By the way, in England, BBC One now is showing the race versus BBC Two, which they switch between those two channels. I always find it interesting in England where the BBC is your tax dollars. They charge you TV tax, and the TV tax is one that's used to underwrite the cost for the BBC and programming that's done. But they do carry these events free, so it's a free channel. But it's not a free channel; you're paying for it. Except it seems like it's free because it's free TV, but you're paying a tax for it. So nothing is really free. Long jump is going up for a while. Let me just go into long jump here, where they only have one more round to go, and Gale has increased his lead. No, Gale is now in second place. For Lani, who was jumping well actually, is now in first place. Gale is in second. Gale improved his jump in his foot attempt, but now he's in second place. It's gonna be tough. Anything can happen. Where is the Greek? Is down way down here. He doesn't jump over 8. He does it. So if you look at the top 3 seem to be up there by themselves, but for Lani's last jump was a big jump, 8.39. He's now leading. So Gale in his 5th and 6th attempt need to get it out there if he wants to win the gold. Right now he's in silver position. And she has been very consistent. I gotta find it first. The post is up. I thought about doing that, but I gotta figure out where to find it. You know what? Let me look it up. It's all competitive and look at what the talent. I know I just post up medal total. Let me find it. They even advertising during the race. That's how this race is. They're advertising during the race. I'm having trouble finding the tally. It's funny. I see. Okay, they're back. Yeah, 4 laps to go for the 3,000 meter steeplechase. I'll go back to that event. It's a very long race, but they only got about 3 laps to go for this one. So somebody wanted to see the. Let me take this down because to do this, you have to do this. No, that's not what I wanted. Not the right image. What we got? They're 5 minutes in. Race is coming up pretty quickly. The steeplechase is somebody's down. Not sure what happened, and people just running around her. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Somebody down on the track. Not sure what happened. Not a good look. So what happened? She must have hit the barrier. Yep, she did. Oh wow! And she was in the mix too. She's down. She wasn't even moving. Actually hurt herself. They're getting quicker now. Yav is in front. Chiruto second. Truett is third. Almaye is in fourth. When trying to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. So Yavi is in front. Chirutich is in second. Yavi looks like she wants to put this away. Chiruta third. Almaye fourth. Chirutich and Chiruta, they're not giving up though. We're going to bell lap. This is the bell lap. This is the final lap. Yavi's now trying to stretch her lead. Chirutich second. Chiruta fourth. I think those three are it. I don't think the rest of the pack can catch up. And Yavi's saying, goodbye, people. I've had enough of this. I'm out of here. But Chiritich is saying, you ain't going nowhere. I'm coming after you. I think Chiruta is saying, you know what? I'm going to settle for the bronze. So it's Yavi from Chiritich and Chiruto. But Chiritich is saying, you ain't winning this. I'm coming after you. It's a tough race. It's going to be a humdinger in the stretch. Oh, here comes Chiritich. She's gone. Yavi has had it. Chiritich is gone. She timed her move really, really well. Yavi's done. Somebody fell over the hurdles. Chiritich is winning by 100 miles. She looks like she could run another 5 miles. Second is Yavi. And then we have Amayev come third. Busayani from Tunisia is fourth. I think she fell. Tough when you have to jump all those hurdles. Very, very tough. Very, very tough. So someone wanted for me to give him the I want the medal standing. Let me just see this. So these are the medal standing. I'm not going to update it for this race. I don't think it is. So the US has 10 total medals. Kenya has 5. Canada has 3. New Zealand 2 and Jamaica 5. Now, you know that the position is based on gold. So USA have 7 golds, 1 silver, 2 bronze. Kenya, 3 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Canada has 3 golds. New Zealand 2 golds, and Jamaica has 1 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze. Not sure if the Heritage gold that she just won is in the Kenya's numbers. Let me see if it's in the numbers. Could be. Don't know if it's in the numbers. Let me see what the goals are. Nope, it's not there, so they don't have 4 goals. They have Kipianian, marathon, then they have 10,000. So this one is 3,000 meters steeplechase. A woman. So now they're going to have 4 goals, which would put them in, they're still in second place. So Kenya doing well. So that's the standing at this point in the 5th day. We only have 1 race remaining on the track, which is the men's 1,500 meters. So R, you got your request, sir. So let's go back to the timetable. So if we go through all the events, we only have the 1,500 meters remaining on the track, which comes to you at 9:20 in the next 9 minutes. If we go to the long jump, let's see where we are. Oh my Lord, let me just see where we are. Live jump. So Gail is still in second. Did poorly in his last attempt. Berlani of Italy is still in first place. Gail looks like he's gonna medal. Let's see if it's gonna be silver or bronze, because 8:39 is hard to beat. That was a big jump. So Gail is still in the mix. She can't beat him. Yeah, he's still in the mix. He has 1 jump remaining. It's between him and Furlani. He has to have a big jump his last jump. I think he probably was trying to get that, so he jumped 6 meters something. We have 1 more event on the track. Comes to you in the next 7 minutes, 1,500 meters for men. We do have men's long jump ongoing. Let's go to the women's pole vault. You see there Katie Moon. Everybody does their season best, it look like. Men's long jump is ongoing. We just saw the steeplechase, which Kenya won, and then we're gonna go to the final of the 1,500 meter final, which should be a humdinger. Be a really good race. Again, if you just joined us, before you leave, as you're exiting, because I know it's very difficult on your mobile, please hit the like button. I want to get to over 200 likes. So give them 200 likes, I really appreciate it. We need to get another 45 likes. Get me to 200. I'm at 155. It's 200 of you in the chat. That means a number of you probably hasn't even considered the like button. But if you haven't, please do so. And when you leave the chat, because some of you may probably in full-blown mode in terms of viewing, when you get out, just hit the like button before you leave. Let's see what Furlani does. He jumps. He's over 8 meters again. He may even bested that mark. He was at 8:39. He may have gone further than the 8:39. I think it's a green. And Gail is coming up next. So this is Gail's final jump, people. Trying to get the gold medal. He's at the silver position. $8:34 is his best so far. He needs 8:40 to win. And he's off. Let's see where he goes. Running really, really well. Hit the board well. It's not totally far away. Let's see where he ends up. He may just have missed it. Let's see where he ends up. That was a good jump on Gail's part. It's green. Let's see where he ends up. It's a really good jump. Hit the board. I missed a little bit of the board. Don't know if it's rear end touchdown. The line was there for a lead. I think Furlani may have won, though. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think Gail may have just been short. They haven't given us the final numbers yet. Yep. 807. They both jump 807. So Furlani has won the long jump and Gale is second. Season best 834. 839.1, which is a really good jump. Which is a personal best. So he jumped the personal best to win. He's trying to go again. Nah, it's way off. We have another 4 minutes before the 1500 meters final. But Furlani has won gold medal in long jump for Italy. Gale has done phenomenally well. Another silver for Jamaica. So Jamaica now has 6 medals. Has 1 gold, 4 silver, 1 bronze. Gale looking really well for a while, but Furlani came back and jumped a brilliant jump when they go. I'm sure Gale must be disappointed, but he should be proud of his accomplishment. So interesting when the defectors start jumping for their new country. How does it affect them because medals? And Pinnock and Hibbert start jumping. We're coming to the last event for the day, the men's 1500 meters. If you just joined us, we've had a number of events in the evening section in Japan, which is the morning session in the USA. Let's go to the 1500. A lot of competitors. We have 14 competitors. Ben, Spain, Kuwait, USA, Laurens, Netherlands, Koskaran, Ireland, Farken, Germany, Whiteman, Great Britain, Chariot from Kenya, Kerr from Great Britain, Tishite from South Africa, Chariot again from Kenya. So both Timothy Chariot and Renaud Chariot from Kenya, Riva from Italy, Corley from Great Britain, Nader from Portugal, and Phil Strum from Sweden. Those are the competitors for the men's 1500 meters. You can see the season's best there, which is the 3:29, 20 by Laras, but that doesn't really matter. It's all about the race. Season best doesn't matter. Season best needs to be now. Race will start in 2 minutes. Niels Laros was the Diamond League champion, and he has the best time for the season. So, but we'll see if that materializes in the final. Can he transfer that form that he has to the final? Last race of the day. Last event, last race. Let's see how this works out. They are announcing the runners. They'll start in a bit. Again, if you're here watching the events with me, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. It's been a good morning. Even though it's early, I mean, I like getting up early anyway. It's been a good morning, good events. Jamaica has made the finals, semifinals of the women's 200, 2 runners, Sharika and Ashanti Moore. They've made the semifinals of the men's, Adrian Kerr, Christopher Taylor, and Brian Lavelle are all in the semis. They were not as fortunate in the 400 meters hurdles. Only Salmon made it for the women. Everybody has run out, both men. King and Clark ran out. And then for the men's long jump, a silver for Gail to add to Jamaica's tally, which is now 6 medals. The men are lined up for the 1500 meters. And they are off. They're going to be off. They're off. These people sprint 1,500 people. They don't even jog anymore. They don't jog these races anymore. They sprint them. It's a lot of hustle and bustle in the first 100 meters. Long jump finish, yes. Gail came second. Italian won. And here's a long jump final just for you, Dean Fraser. Ferlani from Italy won, Gail second, and she from China finished third. We're at the men's 1,500 meters finals. And Laros is out in front. He's the best time for the season. Let's see how it goes. They've gone through one lap. They got 3 to go. There's a more tactical race. And if you have a kick, you want a tactical race and a slow pace. You don't want pace to be too high. But Laros is out in front, looked very comfortable. And Timothy Chariot is also comfortable. And his teammate, Renald Chariot, is in fourth place. Should be a good race. I said it's a very tactical race so far. Chariot always looks so serious. That is Timothy, I mean. He decided to go push the pace. If you don't have the kick, you got to push the pace because you don't want people with a big kick at the end to run past you. So he's saying the pace is too slow. Let me stretch this out. And he's taking off. Yeah. Laros is right with him. No, Laros looks dangerous. He just looked very comfortable. Very comfortable. It's going to be a humdinger in the end, people. In the end, it's going to be, they start off too slow to me, and therefore, going to be a pile up at the end. They're starting to sprint now. Like one of the USA runners may have hurt himself. They're starting to sprint now. Laros decided to be up on Chariot. So it's Chariot, Laros, Whiteman from Great Britain. You don't want to be on the inside too much. The last lap, and it's all out sprint for the last lap. I'm telling you. It's the last lap. Chariot in front from Laros. Now it's Whiteman in front. Now Chariot is in front. Laros is second. Here comes Whiteman on the outside. He's pushing it. Whiteman from Great Britain is one of the favorites for this race. Whiteman has decided to take off. He's gone. He's in front from Chariot. Laros on the outside going after him. So it's Whiteman. I don't think they can catch him. Laros, Chariot, Whiteman, Laros, Chariot, Whiteman is gone. They made a brilliant move. His move was brilliant. It's well timed. So it's Whiteman from Chariot, Whiteman, Laros, Chariot, Whiteman, Laros falling back. Chariot coming through. And here come from nowhere is Nader, from nowhere. Wow. Nader came from all the way back from Portugal. Wow, Whiteman thought he had it wrapped up. He made a great move. Always a brilliant race. So it's Nader, Whiteman, and Chariot. This is Renald Chariot. Wow. Brilliant race. Not Timothy. Timothy was there. Whiteman took the lead. Maybe left too early. Maybe left a little bit too early. Didn't have enough at the end. Came around the bend in great position. Running really well. And Laros died at the end. Chariot, Timothy was on the outside. Couldn't pass Laros. And then Timothy think he probably had it. And Whiteman was there. And then Nader came from nowhere, people. Nowhere to win the race. And no better way to top up the championship. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. This thing keeps crashing now. At a certain point, the website just can't take the pressure. Too many people. So Isaac Nader from Portugal, coming from way back in the field. Whiteman took the lead at about the 200-meter mark and thought he had it wrapped up. He was in front looking good. Renault Chariot was coming through, looked dangerous. Then all of a sudden, like a freight train coming from nowhere, was Isaac Nader from Portugal, and he won. This is the race that, if I look at Nader, he's right beside, he's behind the runners here. He's not even that close to the front at one point, in the middle of the pack. Very well positioned. One of the runners were Great Britain hurt. And then look how far he's coming back. He went on the outside. He felt his energy. He was a good descent back, and he just tore down the stretch. He just gave it any and everything. And if you have speed at the end, and he nipped Whiteman on the line, literally on the line. So great race, great run, great event. Just to go back over the finals of the day, let's go from the beginning. Triple jump, qualification. So these are quick triple jump qualifiers. I'm going to go through them. Javelin throw qualifiers. These are the list also. In the women's pole vault, you can see the finish. That was the final. USA won 2. That Slovenia, Slovakia in 3rd place. And then women's 200 meters. You can see the summary. Those are the qualifiers for the semifinal. We have 2 Jamaicans in there, Ashanti Moore and Sharika Jackson. See a bunch of qualifiers. The US is all their qualifiers, and they have 4 runners. So you can see all the qualifiers. It says Q, those are qualifiers for the semifinal. It's about 24 people. The 3 fastest qualifiers plus 3 with the best times. Or sorry, 6 with the best times, I think it is. And then we have the men's, same way. So this is the men's qualifiers. The best time is Lavelle. All the Jamaicans qualified, Christopher Taylor and Adrian Kerr. You can see there are 24 qualifiers there. All the Americans qualified. Was it all American? I think 3 Americans qualified. 1 didn't. Gregory didn't, but 3 qualified. They had 4 people in the event because Laz won the last time. So US has 3, Jamaica has 3, but you can see your audio is 3 run under 20 seconds. Lavelle had the best time, and he jogged the 200 as far as I'm concerned. Then we have qualifiers for the men's javelin. You can see there. Some people have their best personal time. These are qualifiers for the men's javelin. Then you have the men's long jump final. Ferlani came late to nip Gail for the gold medal. Gail came second. For the silver, the Jamaica now has 6 medals. They have 1 gold, 1 bronze, 4 silver. And then for the 3,000 meters, for the 400 meters hurdles for women, the final, there's 1 Jamaican in there in Salmon. The rest didn't make it. Adrian Knight didn't make it. And then for the men, none of the men made the final for the men 400 meters for Jamaica. Here is the summary. Here to qualify for the finals. I think Rai Benjamin, and Benjamin and Warholm. Abakar looks good, Samba looks good, but Benjamin just looked a class by himself, to be honest. That's 400 meter hurdles. And then we had the women 3,000 meter steeplechase, where Faith Chiritich ran a brilliant race to beat Yavi, who led most of the race. And Alma Yu come from behind, Semba Elma from Ethiopia, placed 3rd. She got a bronze for her country. So the gold went to Chiritich. Yavi won the silver, and Almaye ran the bronze. And then the final race of the day that you just saw, Humdinger, great race. Isaac Nader came from nowhere to win. Jake Whiteman came second, and Renald Chariot came third. He ran a very good race. So those were the events for the day. They're saying this is day 5. I call this day 5. This is day 5. So tomorrow should be day 6. So this is day 6 events tomorrow. You want to start, I have it in local time. So let me change it over. A bit more challenging. You're not giving me the option on my time because of my time. On my time is, well, we're not doing a 1 a.m. event. We're not doing any I don't know why I'm seeing this. This must be afternoon session. Okay. So this was day 4, men's. Oh, they have their days different from I have my days. I forgot that they're ahead of us actually. So day 5 was this. So they're day 6 now for the 18th. This is what the events are. So tomorrow, let me try to find my time here. My time. So tomorrow is interesting. My time is wrong, people. I gotta go revisit this my time here. Not sure what time it's showing. But these are the races tomorrow. Men's 200 semis, women's 200 semis, men's 800 semis, men's 200 final, women's 400 meters final. Tomorrow's a big day. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll come back with a time for you. These times are not right. The my time is supposed to be my time. Very short in time in England versus time in the morning in the US. So I have to get the time, but I'll be here tomorrow. Yes, I think people are excited about Lavelle. So people put money on Lavelle already. So you're picking Lavelle to beat Lars. You're saying Owen Owen? Are you picking Lavelle to beat Lars? Owen Owen, I don't know. I mean, Lars, we can't underestimate Lars. I mean, I love how Lavelle looks, by the way. And there's still Tobago too. Don't forget. And there's Bednar. Even though Lars did show up Bednar in the trials, I don't think Bednar can beat him. So you guys picking Lavelle to win? I'm gonna tell you who I'm selecting tomorrow to win the race. Yes, he did look easy. He ran 1984 jogging. I'm saying Lavelle can run 19.56. That's my prediction. If you're gonna win the final, you have to run 19.5. I don't think you can run. The track is fast, right? As we saw minutes of Jefferson running 10.61. The track is fast. I think a 19 for the final. I think for semis, you have to be in the 19.7, 19.6 to make the finals. I think in the finals you got to run 19.5 something. The African are Lavelle. The African looks. I don't think so. I think the African gonna be there. Oh, you mean the African in Tobago? I thought because another African there is running well. I think you have to run the 19.6 to win the final. The way Lavelle is running, I'm not putting anything past it. No fastest time. It's pretty fast, actually. It's pretty fast. I forgot what it is. It's pretty fast. You know what? I could look it up. Let me just find it. Men's 200 meters. Men's 200 meters. I could look it up. What event did Noah run? Was it heat 3? I can't remember what event he ran. Noah, let me show it here. I don't have it. Semifinals. The men's 200. Lars will be in what heat? Lars has run 19.31 actually. Didn't he beat the American? Was that Michael Johnson's record? He's run 19.31. That was a while ago, but he's run 19.31. And he's run 19.63 this season. Now, Lars is tough beating that race. He's run 19. He's in Adrian Kerr's race. He's run 19. Yeah, he's run 19.31 as his best time. He's gonna be difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat. 19.31 a big time now. He's run 19.6 this season, yeah, but his all-time best is 19.31. He's run 19.63 this season, yes. But he's run 19.31 is fast, so. And you know when he's pushed, he's difficult to beat in 200. I don't think he was fully fit at last year's Olympics when he lost to Tobago. But Tobago's run 19.4 something, right? His personal best. Tobago's run 19.46 as personal best and ran 19.76 this season. So Lars probably has the best time this season. Yeah, no, he's gonna be tough to beat. He's tough to beat. I mean, one time he was threatening Bo's record, wasn't he? 19.19 is big time, but yeah, no, it's gonna be tough tomorrow. So let's do that. Before I close out, let's do that. Let me take this down. So here are tomorrow things for the 200 meter semis. Christopher Taylor is in lane 9. He's in heat 1. In his heat, we have Bednarek, Akandu. That's tough. And we have Tobago in the heat with Brian Lavelle and Courtney Lindsay. That should be interesting. That's a big heat. Let's see if Tobago is going to jog and do what he normally does. So it's top 2 and top what? Yeah, the top 2 fastest finishers. So let's see what Tobago does in that race. But I expect Tobago and Brian Lavelle to easily progress to the next round, even though we have Courtney Lindsay here who's run 19.71. And we have Goat here. I don't disagree with that. And then heat 3, Adrian Kerr's in heat 3. He has a good lane. Zana uses in 3. Lars is in heat 3. Lars will go through and we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, Lars, the race is between 4 people. I know Courtney has a good time, but it's Bednarek, Lars, Tobago, and Brian Lavelle. Sorry about the people. One of my track and field aficionados calling me. He doesn't even know that I'm on. After calling back, he's probably excited about Lavelle. That's why he's calling me. He's one of those bandwagoners. I gotta tell you that. He beat you if you don't do good, and he's all over you if you do good. So I will call him back as soon as I'm done this program. But no, real bandwagoners, the ultimate Jamaican bandwagoners. There's many of them. But it should be a good. Tomorrow should be good. So I'll be back here tomorrow, bright and early. Look for I'm gonna drop the thumbnail. Before you go, people, just do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the channel, and comment. If you comment in the sections, I will respond to your comments. A lot of times I do. But it all depends on what the comments say. Because, I'm a little bit spicy sometimes. I'm going to give as good as I get. But I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed or if you haven't liked, please hit the like button. We're done for the day. Thanks for being here. It is 9:40. Day 5 is done. We're going into day 6. Great. Day 6 is going to be good. I think better than day 5, actually. Day 6 is going to be good. Semifinal of 200, 400. 400 is going to be hot, especially on the women's side. So join us tomorrow. Again, I appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day. If you have to go, if you're at work, do your best. If you are not at work, like me, well, this is work for me, then relax, enjoy the day. And if you're in transit, be careful and be safe. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow, and peace out. Bless.